But the FBI will now compare and analyze the live rounds seized from the set to evidence seized in the search warrant to conclusively determine where the live rounds came from.
Actor Alec Baldwin, who fired the fatal shot, sitting down for an exclusive interview with ABC's George Stephanopoulos. It will air tomorrow night on ABC. And in the German city of Munich, at least 4 people are hurt at a construction site by an explosion of a bomb dating all the way back to World War II. It's not clear why it wasn't found earlier. Construction sites in Munich are typically scanned for unexploded bombs. Rena Roy, ABC News.
Do you want to be a hero for the holidays? How about getting your loved one a new iPhone? That's right. Pure Talk has iPhone 12 starting at just $479 through the end of the year. And sure, they have 13s too. Switch to Pure Talk. Great nationwide 5G coverage. Yes, the same coverage as the big guys, but the average family saves over $800 a year. Now that's just smart. There's no need to overpay for Verizon, AT&T, or T-Mobile. Plus, with Pure Talk's 30-day risk-free guarantee, you've got nothing to lose. Unlimited talk, text, and 6 gigs of data is just $30 a month. And like I said, the iPhone 12, just $479. From your cell phone, dial pound 250 and say Jill50, and you'll save an additional 50% off your first month. Plus, save on a new phone. That's pound 250.
Water levels that could give health officials a warning if the Omicron variant is behind any surge in cases. A skier is dead after a collision with a snowboarder at Eldora Mountain. First responders found the man unconscious and not breathing yesterday when they arrived at the ski area. The 72-year-old man from Boulder died before he could be taken to the hospital. The Boulder County Sheriff's Office says the snowboarder is cooperating with the investigation. No charges have been filed. Avs in Toronto tonight to play the Maple Leafs. The Nuggets are in Orlando to play the Magic. That's the latest. I'm Pat Woodard.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by the Buck Sexton Show podcast.
A terrific drive right now on I-25, both directions moving along quite smoothly between the Boulder Turnpike and C-470. No slow traffic through downtown. I-225 is recovered past the spillway now from an earlier accident, and overall looking good on your drive between I-70 and I-25. And I-70 also checking clear as you work your way between I-225 and the Golden area. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, warm today, a high expected to be 72, and then tonight's low 38. Tomorrow mostly sunny with a high of 70. Currently, it's 54. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin, 630 KHOW.
Hey, it's Buck Sexton. If you enjoy listening to the Clay Travis and Buck Sexton Show, you better check out the Buck Sexton podcast. It's out every morning. A quick rundown of all the news of the day. Please subscribe to the Buck Sexton podcast on the iHeart app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, it's Pat Woodard. Do you suffer from pain, numbness, and tingling in the hands or feet, commonly diagnosed as peripheral neuropathy? Are you taking drugs that never bring relief? Has your doctor told you to just live with the pain? At the Neuropathy Treatment Center, they combine the latest treatment methods to give you relief with no injections and no drugs. Schedule your exam and first treatment today for only $49 at neuropathytreatmentcenterofcolorado.com. Visit Neuropathy Treatment Center of Colorado in Castle Rock.
We've become so much more than a fixed frequency from a radio tower.
Take your radio with you.
630 KHOW is now available on multiple platforms and thousands of devices. Listen to Denver's talk station from anywhere.
I stream online
at KHOW.com.
When it comes to selecting a real estate broker, accept no excuses. We aggressively go to work for you. No gimmicks, no shortcuts, just results. I give my team's full support, and I personally negotiate the sale for you. I got a word. Go to Frank's website for tips on buying and selling. It's a little hot here, isn't it? No, it's pretty comfortable. This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino. Hey, welcome to the show. I'm Tom. We are here to help you solve your problems, answer your questions, and take your complaints, and basically just let you unload. You know, it's really the only show that talks about nothing in particular, but everything near and dear to your heart and pocketbook. If you need help, we are here to help you. That's what we try to do, and everyone needs help. So give us a call anytime you need help at 303-MARTINO. You can call that 24/7, 303-627-8466. Our pledge to you is this. If you call that number and you leave your number, we will get back to you on the next opening for the show. So you can get on the show, talk about your beef, and get some help. No matter what, putting it on the air does help. If nothing else, it helps others. You can call also when you hear us on the air at 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. This hour brought to you by WaterPros.net. I love WaterPros. It's for water softening through the whole house, under $2,000, or water filtration at the kitchen sink. Never buy bottled water again, under $1,000, fully installed. And speaking of water, we have Plumb Line Services with us. They are wonderful people, wonderful. I knew the very beginning, Jeff, and a few vans. And Jeff Belk started this company years ago. Of course, it grew massively. And now Bob Logan, one of the owners, they have how many vans now, basically?
We got about 130.
Oh, my God.
Almost 200 employees total.
Plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. And I've known Bob for so long. And here's the point. You need companies you can trust. That's the important part. So I was telling Bob, this is a really slow time, I would think, by perception for heating and air, obviously. You're past the cooling season, and now you're into the heating season, but people are hardly using heat. They're using it a little. What's it a good time to do right now?
Well, like anything, Tom, I think when it comes to repairing or replacing the systems in your house, now is always better than later, because if you wait...
Why do people wait until it's freezing out and they don't have anywhere? I don't know why. Or they go shopping when they need things the most, and that's when they're the most vulnerable. For anything.
I think it's just a matter of human nature. We
put things off.
Proactive. We put things off. We wait till they break, and then hopefully we can get it replaced. But I would strongly encourage people, especially with the supply chain issues, not just in our industry, but every place else, if you need something or you know you're going to need something soon, replace it now, because number one, you may not be able to get it if you wait, and two, you're going to pay a lot more.
Is that real? When we talk about supply chain, if you guys call up to order something, is it a delay?
It depends on the model of the equipment, but yes, it's in years past, I could call today and get any piece of equipment delivered this afternoon or tomorrow morning and have it installed the next day. Now, there's many models that are not even available, or they're months out. And if anybody's tried to order anything, including appliances, furniture, you name it, this is the case in many other industries.
That's Plumb Line Services. We'll be asking them for a special today, although I'll tell you what, it's a crazy time. People are busy. And if you need help in plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains, give us a call. Claudia, tell us what's going on with My Colorado, the app. What's happening?
Well, good morning, Tom.
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah. So I guess I need your help, and maybe all of us do.
What is it?
Well, we're consumers, right? And
yeah.
We're consumers of everything, including the government products and services like My Colorado app.
I had that My Colorado app, and I kind of like it.
Right. Well, I guess it works for some people. There are lots of glitches, and that's what they say, glitches and things that really aren't working, including the accessibility for people in Colorado who may have a disability. But that really is not the entire problem. That's just a teeny piece of it.
What is the problem?
Well, in June of this year, House Bill 21-1110 was passed, and that's a law. Our legislators passed a law saying that everything in the state of Colorado, 17 agencies, 700 websites, must be accessible. And it's the first law of its kind in the United States. Yet, the Office of State Planning and Budget has refused to pay for it. So I think we need to
how do you know all of this, first of all? How are you privy to this? You say they refuse to pay for it. What do you mean by that?
Well, they've rejected putting it in the state budget. So it's a nominal amount of money. It's roughly $4 million. And I think it would be great to have an investigator go in there.
Well, how does this affect you? How does this affect you, Claudia?
It affects all of us because we use the products.
But how does it affect you? Why are you calling today?
Well, I'm blind, and if I need to go to any website and it's not accessible, I don't have access to the same things that you do, assuming that
I
you're
get
not
it.
blind.
So you're saying they're supposed to be accessible, meaning not just online, but accessible to those with sight and hearing difficulties.
And anything else, that's correct.
And you're saying that the Colorado websites are not accessible?
There are 700 websites, 17 agencies, and they are not in compliance 100%. So what the state did, the legislature, is they passed the law, HB 21-1110, to make it so. And they have 2 years, the state of Colorado, 2 years to become compliant by 2024. And the state Office of Planning and Budget has refused to put it in their budget. So they don't have the money to go do the work that the state, and that's like an appearance of fraud, right? You have, or at least I don't know how the state budget of planning and budget can be in charge of undermining.
Well, okay,
and really calling out our legislators, making them impotent.
You have to help me here a little. You have to help me here a little. This law that you say passed for accessibility. Now, I know in general websites are supposed to be accessible. Are you talking about something special in addition to that? What are you talking about specifically?
I don't have the law in front of me, and even if I did, I wouldn't be able to read it to you. So I think it would be great if we could get your help and some investigators to go find out why the Office of State Planning and Budget isn't funding HB 21-1110.
Okay, I'm writing it down, and we will. Okay, so you're complaining that HB, which one is it? House Bill what? 21-1110 is not being funded.
Correct.
Okay. Well, you caught us by surprise. We have to look into it. I mean, this is a live show, and you're saying it's not being funded. We'll look it up. And we will make sure we have your number so we can get back to you. So this affects you. You cannot access state websites, is what you're saying.
Correct.
It says here, okay, so this is Colorado laws for persons with disability concerning language relative to Colorado statutes related to persons with disabilities to strengthen protections against discrimination. So this is the one you're talking about. This bill, you're saying there's no teeth behind it.
Right.
Okay, we'll look into it for sure. If anyone has any light to shed on this, give us a call. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
New to Curiosity Street.
Well, how often is a question not answered of how we're going to pay for it anyway?
Oh, regularly.
It's unfortunate, but half the laws that are passed, they have no idea how they're going to pay for them.
All right, gang, this is the audio that I'm talking about. I need a sound check on. Compared to what's coming off the radio. First piece of knowledge is they've got till 2024 to be in compliance with that House bill.
Yeah, that's what she had said, but she said they got no way to fund it, so.
Well, it doesn't mean they can't fund it next year.
True.
I'd like to know what she actually needs. She's blind, so she needs a braille interface.
I think, to me, that would be one of the hardest impairment to overcome.
Especially in technology,
Being
unless you
blind.
have voice activation and stuff like that.
Yeah, we have a blind girl that works in our call center, does answers calls and does dispatching and has the interface to work with our software system. She's
she's incredible. It's pretty cool, isn't it, though? That stuff translates to what she's feeling.
I mean, I think, obviously in 2021, the technology has really helped people with disabilities. But for me, that would be one of the most overwhelming disabilities to have.
I agree with you.
I have a guy I got his phone number. He has fixed it at his home right now, and they were working on the furnace, and they took it out, put it back in, and it seized, and so the whole house smelled. He said, "Is that normal?" So I said,
"Of course it's not normal,
yeah."
But I mean."
So I said, "Well, let me see if somebody can call him." So I don't know if.
Okay, well, let me just take his name and number.
Okay.
Take his name and number for sure.
We go back on airing how long?
Sorry.
Just a few minutes here, real soon.
I can run to the room and grab my coffee, though, right?
No, you can do whatever you need to do, man. Just don't worry about it.
I'm just trying to stay in protocol. All right.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, realcbdthatworks.com. Is the time to order 30% off with Tom and the promo code. You can get gifts. For people, you can order CBD, realcbdthatworks.com, either gel caps, you can get chewables, you can get tinctures. They have this eye serum, and because of the anti-inflammatory properties, it takes out bags from the eyes and wrinkles. It's wonderful. They have this, so they're getting into cosmetics as well. Go on the website, realcbdthatworks.com. Use Tom and the promo code to get 30% off. Welcome to the show. And we started out with a complaint on House Bill 21, which means it was done in 2021, and it's 1110, which is laws concerning people with disabilities. And she is saying basically the law reads very nice, but there's no teeth behind it as far as accessibility. I think a lot of us take for granted some of the laws or some of the accessibility we have, and wonder we never wonder what happens to people that don't have accessibility. And she is saying the state websites are not accessible. Now, if anyone has any knowledge on this, let us know. Now, Nolan called yesterday with a problem I thought was hopeless. Nolan called, and Nolan, you said, here's what you said. I put $800 down. I was going to move a snowblower or something. A spa. I'm sorry. I don't know why I said a snowblower. You were going to move a spa from somewhere to Arkansas, right? From here to Arkansas?
Correct, sir.
And you hired a company, Capital City Moving, and you found Capital City Moving online. It turned out to be a southern Florida company, and I said 9 times out of 10 or more, if you find a moving company online out of South Florida or out of Florida in general, you're going to get ripped off. They start out with what's called a reasonable price. They want a reasonable deposit. They're brokers. They're not movers. They take your money, and then they try to find someone to fulfill the contract. And then they start going back to you for more and more money until eventually they hold your stuff hostage, and you either don't get it and they sell it, or you get it but you pay twice, 3 times what you thought it was going to cost. I say it almost never, ever, ever pays at all to use a moving broker. And in fact, it's getting increasingly difficult to make moving pay for itself. I believe that probably most of the time people would be better off not moving their stuff, but selling or getting rid of it and buying all new for the money it takes to move, except for a few valuable boxes that I think they can ship for documents and stuff like that. But in any case, you wanted a hot tub moved. They took an $800 deposit, and I said, well, you can probably kiss that goodbye. But you happen to mention an address, and Deputy Marty said, Deputy Smarty Pants, we call him, he's in Florida. He winters in Florida, and he says, that's not far from where I am. I'd like to take a stab at it. So let's talk to him. Deputy Smarty Pants, what happened?
Hello. Well, as you know, Tom, I live close to that location, and I think that was the method that helped get Nolan his full deposit back.
Tell me how you got, what happened? You called them out of nowhere, and they're thinking, who is this guy calling us?
Right. Well, I sent them emails. You know how I do it.
Yeah.
I do emails, and then I followed up with a phone call, and the supervisor called me back, which is a good sign. They usually do, if they don't call you back, it's going to be difficult. So she took the initiative to call me and ask me what's going on, and I told her. And she did the math, and she says, well, how come they want $800? My numbers show like 6-something. And I said, that's what they told me. And then
did they tell you, first of all, did they tell you why they took the deposit and then increased the price?
We didn't get to that part. I was just wanting to get the money back.
Okay.
That was my goal.
Did they sound like they're a real company?
Well, as you say, they're a broker.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it is. And I know all these brokers, what they do is pretty much what you claim. Now, her claim is that she's an up and reasonable, upstanding business and all this, and that's her claim. And she was very calm. She answered all my questions without any problems. But her story was different. So whenever I have a different story, I do a 3-way call.
Well, what was her story?
She felt that she was well within the rights not to refund anything, that according to the contract, they had a certain time frame to ask for the refund, and they didn't do it. So legally, she might have had a point, and that's when I said, well, let's get a 3-way call going. And I do that for 2 reasons. I want to hear her attitude when I say, let's do a 3-way.
Yeah.
Because if she says, no, I don't want it, then I know she's lying.
So what did Nolan hear on the 3-way call? What's happening?
Well, we made the 3-way call where Nolan and Marie were on the phone, right? And we had a discussion.
Yes, sir.
We had a discussion, and throughout the discussion, Danielle is the supervisor. She was calm. You can say that,
but Marty, right? What I want to know is what was the result of the call?
Well, the result of the call was that she was going to think about giving the refund. She'll have to think about it overnight. And she wanted to hear a conversation that Marie claims was made by one of Danielle's employees, where she was threatened, allegedly threatened.
So, Nolan, she basically wanted to have her say. But Nolan, what I'd like to know is this. The reason you were spooked by this is because they said they were going to move it for a certain amount of money and then started asking for more money. Is that right?
Yes, Tom. So it actually states on there that we could have up to 2,200 pounds, and the hot tub only weighs 1,050 pounds. Now, I told the guy the specs. The specs are 4 numbers, and that was it, and he had everything. And he said no additional fees. And the reason why he wanted it so bad was because Ditch Bass said it fits perfect in with the load that they were having already, so this was a little extra money that they could have. So when they called and said anything over 300 pounds is a heavy lift fee or something, and they wanted $750 that day, if not, the trucker will charge me $1,000 to pick it up.
All right. So you thought that was outside of the original agreement, and you said you just wanted out.
Correct. After they pretty much said if we don't pay, because the way they do it is a third deposit, a third pickup, and a third drop-off. So if we didn't pay in full on the drop-off, they were just pretty much going to hold on to our stuff.
All right. So basically, Marty, the woman at the moving place, if we had to sum it up, she felt that she felt that the consumer didn't have a right for a refund, basically.
Well, she claimed it wasn't within the time frame.
Yeah.
But we got into this discussion, and overall, she said she'll think about it overnight.
And what did she do? She decided to give it back.
Well, this morning I got a note from her and said I decided to refund them.
Good.
And,
that is excellent, actually, Marty, and we really appreciate that. I mean, here's the bottom line on this, okay? It's a miracle that you got a nondescript moving broker in Florida to come through with a refund. It is a miracle, actually. So, Nolan, you realize there was probably no chance in hell of getting money back unless we happen to have someone in Florida. Did you know that?
I was 100% with you, Tom. Just walk away from the money. It's gone. And Marty just really, really did a wonderful job. And more importantly, Marty treated me and my wife like family. My wife said
he's a good guy.
He reminded her of her late father. And we just really, really appreciate everything you guys have done.
Thank you. He's a great guy. Now, Smarty Pants, do you have another follow-up?
If you have the time, It's, Heidi McCartney versus Ford, Phil Long Ford.
Now, which one was this? I'm trying to figure it out.
One with the engine. She kept going back to replace the engine.
Ah.
And she had a warranty on the engine.
Okay.
And they couldn't do it. Okay.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Okay. So I contacted the general manager named Chris Tatone, who acted like he really wanted to go out of his way. He seems to really want to help. And the bottom line is Heidi is very happy. I guess they got a trade-in. She got a trade-in. They gave her full value. They didn't. They gave her a warranty. She says the car is fine, great. She's happy with the financing. She's just ecstatic over the whole deal. So that's that. Apparently she had a choice of 3 vehicles. She did not like 2 of them, and finally the third one she said she liked it. And apparently they allowed her to take the vehicles out for the day to test it and to get it looked at, and they let her have them overnight and all that. But it seems they went out of their way for her.
That is great, Marty. Deputy Smarty Pants deserves my dinger. Did you guys locate my dinger? Did you, Shannon? Because I know I put it away. And, wait, that's pretty anemic. Let me hear that again. Come on. I had a bigger dinger than that somewhere. I did have a bigger dinger. Hold on, let me find it. I'm going to find it. I know I have it. Hold on. Let me see. Oh, here it is. Hold on. Oh, that's pretty bad, too. I'm going to have to revamp the dinger here.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino.
Sponsored by the Buck Sexton Show podcast.
Watch for some slower traffic on eastbound I-70 right now with an accident reported right around Steel. We are seeing some slower traffic back to I-25. Now the good news is your I-25
I have to remember to
drive
tell
up to
people to
full
text.
speed. No reported
We can
trouble
take text now to the show.
I-70 and C-470. And your drive along C-470 through Highlands Ranch and along the foothills also checking clear with no reported delay.
Well,
Fox 31 pinpoint weather, warm today, a high expected to be 70.
it's amazing, though, that more people died in 2021.
High reaching 70. Currently, it's 55.
And in 2020 with the virus, isn't it? Really?
6:30. Hey, how?
In fact, more people died under 10 months of Biden than in all of 2020. I mean, I'm not blaming Biden no more than I blame Trump. But Rex just said he's going to fix it. Exactly. All right, let's talk about saving a life.
I am so sold on this technology. I personally had it done. It's a diagnostic test, $150. It's a scan of your carotid artery, ultrasound. Now listen, that's 98% predictive of your cardiovascular system for risk of stroke and heart attack. In fact, I'm telling you there's something you can do about it. This detects soft plaque. It's not a calcium score. It's soft plaque. It's low cost. And you can do a gift certificate at corescans.com. Corescans.com. C-O-R. Scans. C-O-R. Scans.com. Print out a gift certificate for a card. Save someone's life for $150. This is the best $150 gift you'll ever give. Or you can email it directly to a friend, to a loved one, to a relative. For more information, 720-740-2663. Now remember, this test can show beyond a doubt your risk for stroke or heart attack. You can actually put an end to heart disease if you are proactive. $150, corescans.com. All right, now let's talk about floor coverings. You know, we have Plumb in here talking about plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. Well, there's so many parts to the house you want to keep up on. And if you want floor coverings, you know you can buy them anywhere, but you can't buy them with the experience at Simply Floors, Inc. That's better pricing, better installers, better financing, better warranties. That's better warranty service, better all-around experience, and they come to you. You go online, make your own appointment. SimplyFloorsInc.com.
Do you have pain, numbness, or tingling in your hands or feet?
Do you need anything else? I'm great, thank you.
Bring him one of Daphne's cookies.
Do you want a cookie? All right, I'll bring you a cookie.
Man, they're wicked good. They're wicked good. We're talking about you, Daphne, with your wicked good cookies. That's really what I went out here to go get.
Take advantage of one-on-one support from United Healthcare at select Walgreens locations in Denver. Current United Healthcare Medicare members can get help with plans, billing questions, and more Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. If you're new to Medicare or looking to switch plans, talk to a licensed sales agent Tuesdays and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's a great way to learn about Medicare plans in the Denver area. Take advantage of one-on-one Medicare support at United Healthcare Medicare Member Services inside Walgreens at 5190 West 120th Avenue in Broomfield, 19028 Lincoln Avenue in Parker, and 205 East Eisenhower Boulevard in Loveland. For more information on United Healthcare Member Services, visit uhcwalgreens.com. uhcwalgreens.com. All clinical and other resource center services provided at United Healthcare at Walgreens locations are provided by employees or agents of United Healthcare Services, Inc. or one of its subsidiaries or affiliates, and such individuals are not employees or agents of Walgreens Company or any of its subsidiaries or affiliates.
This is Brent Ivinson with Ideal Home Loans. Credit card balances won't be the only thing going up in the new year. Rates will rise as well. Don't miss out on your chance to save. 303-867-7000 or online, idealhomeloans.com.
It's the most expensive time of the year.
This holiday season, give your family the gift of good health.
How you guys doing? Rob Smith, 2-time Super Bowl champion, 3-time Pro Bowler, Ring of Famer with the Denver Broncos. You got dumbbells, you got fitness equipment, you got treadmills, you got bikes, you got it in stock right now. My original.
I wasn't sure if you needed a warm up on that, if you're going to have a cookie, so there watching like your own. So I did it. Thank you, Tom. No problem.
There's nothing more important than health, so get the equipment that you'll use every single day. You never regret buying quality. We have deals everywhere. Take advantage of up to 36 months, 0% finance. All of our products have incredible warranties. We do delivery, we do installation, we service the product if you ever have.
Listen to this text. It's crazy.
Commercial grade equipment made for your.
Ready?
Yep.
Ready to leave? It's ironic SCOTUS is hearing oral arguments over Roe versus Wade. If they just did in what they wouldn't need the abortion. It's that disgusting.
Well, okay, we're in the safe spot. 30 years ago, a group called Plumb Funkadelic has a lyric to a song. And the lyric goes, all looks are not alike, all holes are not a crack. When in doubt, vamp, or at least ad-lib. And of course, you know, spit don't make babies.
Oh my God. You know what? Yes. People who equate, abortion as birth control to me is sick. Take away all the other arguments, though. Just to use it as birth control.
There's a big difference.
There's so many different ways.
But there's a big difference, I agree totally with you, between getting pregnant accidentally and having an abortion and getting pregnant deliberately knowing that you're going to get an abortion.
No one gets pregnant deliberately knowing they're getting an abortion. What I'm saying is they don't care because they figure I can always get one.
Right.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Don't forget, Frank Duran, therealestateman.com is the only real estate broker that will come and do a full, complete valuation of your home on the open market to see what it will sell for. Were you ever curious on what your house will sell for? You don't have to get it appraised. You don't have to go to some online service that's not accurate. Frank Duran will tell you free of charge with photos and measurements and comparables because that's what he does, and it's free, no obligation. Now, if you ever want a list, maybe you'll call him, but there's no obligation. 303-920-1622, frankduran.therealestateman.com. Okay, so listen. We have Bob Logan with us from Plumb Line Services. We have a question. Bob, quick recovery water tanks versus on demand. What do you like?
I like them both. The quick recoveries have so many advantages. You had one. We put one in your house.
I still have it.
And you can get up to like 270 gallons of hot water.
I never have run out of hot water. Okay. Well, we've tried, and toward the end, you can feel it getting warm, and then it recovers. It's like magical. So how does that work? It's so efficient that while you're using it, it's warming up the rest of it, right?
Right. Where like in a standard tank, it's just depleting the hot water that's held in that tank. Yours is recovering during the process. Where a tankless unit, which is what some people call on demand, the tankless units don't typically store any water. Now, some of them have a small tank.
Yeah, but they don't really.
Gallons.
Now, here's what I would say. With the way quick recovery is nowadays, you don't need a constant flow. You don't need one. They are better, though. If you have to choose, if you were going to the future, I think tankless is the way to go for the future.
I agree.
But I think there's nothing wrong with a quick recovery.
No, the quick recovery are fantastic. We sell a lot of them.
All right, 303-713-TALK. Dylan, you have an update. Oh, wait. I think we took that. Hold on, didn't we? Or not? Let me go to Sandy right now. Sandy, welcome to the show. What's going on, Sandy? What's happening?
Hi, I am calling because I lived in an apartment and I only lived there for a little over 6 months. At 6 months, I got a dog.
Yeah.
My puppy only weighed 1.5 pounds.
Now, you were allowed to have a dog, right, Sandy?
Yes, I paid a pet fee. of $300.
Okay.
And my dog ended up getting sick and going into the vet hospital for about 2 weeks. And then when I got it back, it was only in my apartment for 3 days. The apartment has charged me $2,000 to replace all of the carpet.
Well, Sandy, wait a minute. You said your dog was, you brought your dog home and it was there a few days before it got sick and then a few days after it got sick. Is that right?
Correct.
A cumulative total of how many days?
About 4.
Okay. Now, why do you feel the number of days has a bearing on this? What really matters is, did the dog ruin the carpet or not?
Well, I'm not sure that a 1.5-pound dog could ruin carpet enough to need $2,000 worth of carpet.
Well, I don't either. That's what I need to know. How long did you live there?
7 months.
Okay. During the 7 months, the dog was there for 4 cumulative days.
Correct.
So when it got, after it was better and you took it home, did you move out 2 days later?
No, because I was living... I was kind of living half with my boyfriend, half in the apartment.
Okay.
And so at that time, I kind of more or less took the dog to my
Sandy,
boyfriend's apartment.
Sandy, when you moved out, they said you're replacing the whole carpet. Is that basically what it boils down to?
That is what they came at me with, and about 2 months later.
Okay.
They want to keep my deposit, which was $1,000, plus they want $2,000 more dollars from me.
Was it new carpeting when you moved in?
No.
Okay. How old was the carpet? Do you know?
Yes, it was over 3 years old.
Okay. Not so old. Not so old. 3 years old.
No.
So if you're, this is a he said, she said, Sandy, what you should have done is had an exit interview or inspection with some kind of signatures or at least people examining.
They refused.
Well, okay, there are ways you could have had this done. Did you have the carpets cleaned?
I did so myself with a carpet cleaner.
Do they have evidence? Did they take pictures? Did they do anything of the sort when they sent you a letter?
Yes, they sent me pictures, but they refused to provide me pictures of the carpet prior to my move-in.
Well, they don't have to. That was up to you. You see, here's the problem. The problem is that you're gone. And they can basically say anything they want, okay? I mean, Sandy, first of all, let me just dispel some myths that you have. First of all, they don't have to show you prior to when you moved in. They don't have to have a criminal case here. All they have to do is say, you ruined the carpet, and they have someone say, yeah, we went in, it was filled with dog poop, it was disgusting, and we had to replace it. You're going to have to refute it, but you don't have anything to refute it with except your own words. You don't have someone who said...
I have pictures and videos. And
okay. Well, then, did they take...
Okay. That were there on move out.
All right. Then you're going to have to fight it out in court. So, did they already take your money?
I have not paid them anything extra, but they...
Well, are you willing to walk away from the deposit, or do you want it back?
I'm willing to walk away from the deposit.
Okay, then here's
to give them
one of the cheaper ways to handle it. And again, if we call, they're simply going to say you ruined the carpet. I mean, we can call all you want, but we've done this time and time again. We're going to say, why'd you do this? She has proof, and they're going to say, no, she doesn't. She took that before, or it's just impossible when a landlord wants to do this. Most landlords, believe it or not, Sandy, don't just make it up. They usually do have some basis for this, and pet owners almost never calculate the damage their dog did, and they never think it's as bad as it was. I'm talking about in the past. I'm not talking about you. Here's what you do, though. Because you're in a position where you don't mind walking away, what you ought to do is just sit tight and not pay them a dime. When they sue you for the additional money, that is when you enter your evidence. And then hope that the judge sides with you. That's really all you can do. They're going to claim you did it. You're going to claim you didn't. There's no two ways about it. That's just the way it's going to be.
Now, impact traffic.
You know what? I'll bet you the dog did ruin the carpet just out of a hunch. What do you think?
I think we were a small part of it. or maybe right in the middle.
You will be shocked at how many people don't estimate. Come on, it wasn't that bad, you know.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you ruined a 2-foot by 2-foot spot, you can't.
Especially if it's right in the middle of like the living room or
replace the
bedroom.
carpet.
A warm one today with a high of 72 and then tonight's low 38. Mostly sunny for your tomorrow, Thursday, with a high of 70. Currently, it's 56. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin, 630 KHOW.
Want more of the Clay Travis and Buck Sexton Show? Google the Rush Limbaugh YouTube channel and check out Clay and Buck's.
How are you guys doing on coffee or? Did Tom bring you one? Anybody?
I'm going to take one for later.
Okay.
TheArtofGranite.com for your countertops. You'll get wholesale materials
Every time, whether it be granite, quartz, marble, any other solid surface, man-made or natural stone, the Art of Granite will supply it, and they'll do it at wholesale. And then they will tear out and haul away free. They'll do the bathroom free when you do the kitchen. TheArtofGranite.com. That's Mitch Floria at TheArtofGranite.com. 303-386-5919. That's 303-386-5919.
Maybe you have a loved one who forgets routine tasks more than usual, like letting the dog out, or struggles with chores like laundry or cooking. Sometimes what
You know, they would probably have more people vaccinated if you could figure out how to get a vaccine shot. It's almost impossible to find, unless you have a primary care doctor that has it available. It's impossible to find a location and give you a COVID shot.
Really?
Which are you?
Like look at this. I'm on Skyridge Medical Center. Check for appointment availability. It says they got drive-through at this time, but no drop-ins accepted. So check on that.
Check Costco.
Can't you go to any Walgreens or CVS or?
No.
A lot of the walk-ins, like Walgreens and CVS, they've got.
You can't.
They've got check-in queues.
And you can't walk in. You gotta.
Yeah, you gotta register. Call them.
So it says carrying through COVID, but nowhere on this website does it give anywhere about an appointment.
Really? Costco was doing walk-ins. That's where I got mine. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought Walgreens was. Or I got mine at King Soopers.
And they were doing them when people were walking in to get them, but now that they've got too many people walking in,
really,
they're turning people back, telling you you gotta schedule.
Yeah, so I set up my flu shot with Walgreens for next Monday, and I just set that up like 2.5 weeks in advance for my flu shot. And I called to see if I could get, because I did the J&J, and they said we don't have the J&J.
I walked in Costco, they got the J&J. Just walked in.
They go get a.
I was trolling around, and I looked up, and
you would have missed out on that.
Can I get that now? She says, yeah, fill out this thing. And I just fill it out, sat down for 5 minutes, took my shot, and went back to shopping.
Yeah, that's what I did at Walgreens.
9 out of 100 Orchard customers sell on market for more than their cash offer. Getting started is easy. You go on
Walmart has them
your
also.
address at
Just walk in.
orchard.com.
Yeah,
It's just a couple of minutes and let you skip home listing hassles. If you're thinking about selling or just curious what Orchard would pay for your home, get a no-cost, no-obligation offer at orchard.com. That's orchard.com.
Retirement should not be based solely on finances. Michael Brown for Alpha One Tax and Wealth. You've spent your entire lifetime working hard, and now you're getting close to retirement. Call or visit Alpha One Tax and Wealth for a free second opinion on your current plan, or let them design a plan unique to you. Call Alpha One Tax and Wealth at 833-650-7526. That's 833-650-7526, or online at alphaonewealth.com.
There's confusion about how to protect yourself from COVID. One thing is certain. Whether or not you're vaccinated, you need an accurate thermometer to check for fever, the leading sign of flu and COVID. Be vigilant and contact your medical provider at the first sign of fever. Don't rely on non-contact thermometers that have no scientific studies. Only the Exergen temporal scanner thermometer has been proven accurate in more than 100 clinical studies.
Learn more at Exergen.com.
With just one spray of Microban 24, your hard surfaces are sanitized for up to 24 hours. Touch after touch after touch.
So 6 hours from now?
Still sanitized.
12 hours?
Yep.
18 hours.
We're really doing this.
24 hours.
When used as directed, one spray of Microban keeps killing 99.9% of bacteria, touch after touch for, up to 24 hours.
Wow.
Microban 24, the sanitizer 4 out of 5 doctors would use in their own homes. So why aren't you?
Hi, it's Pat Woodard. Do you suffer from pain, numbness, and tingling in the hands or feet, commonly diagnosed as peripheral neuropathy? Are you taking drugs that never bring relief? Has your doctor told you to just live with the pain? At the Neuropathy Treatment Center, they combine the latest treatment methods to give you relief with no injections and no drugs. Schedule your exam and first treatment today for only $49 at neuropathytreatmentcenterofcolorado.com. Visit Neuropathy Treatment Center of Colorado in Castle Rock.
Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Here to help you solve problems, answer questions, take complaints. Okay, so let's talk. And right now, Wayne, what's happening with you, Wayne? What's going on?
Yeah, we were supposed to work November 26th at my work, but what my employer elected to do to give us a 4-day weekend, they said, you can either work the 6th, 13th, or the 20th, and then we'll pay you out the 26th. Well, they put it to a little vote, and we were going to work November 6th to pay for the 26th.
Now, what do you mean work November 6th to pay for the 26th? Was normally November 6th a day off?
Yeah, November 6th is a Saturday.
Okay. So you guys agreed to work. You guys agreed to work on a Saturday to take off another day.
And then we're going to work Saturday, and then we're going to pay us out the 26th.
Okay.
So that first week of November, the 1st through the 6th, Friday night when I went home the 5th, I had 50 hours in the bank, and then Saturday I worked another 8 hours. So for that full week of 1st through the 6th, I ended up with 58 hours in the bank.
Yeah.
So then I asked my employer, we had a little meeting here the other day, and I asked him, are you going to give me that overtime pay for working the 6th?
No, because it was banking for another day. Of course you wouldn't. It wasn't overtime. It was in lieu of another day. I mean, in other words, if you normally work 40 hours a week and you chose to work 48, an extra 8-hour day, to take a future day off, then you're trading a day for a day. You're making a private deal with your employer, or all of you are, that you guys are going to work an extra day to take another day off, right?
Yeah.
Well, then why should you get overtime for that?
Well, I thought because it was a legal time period, I didn't realize we were relinquishing pay.
Well, you're not relinquishing pay. You're getting a day off for it.
I mean, I didn't realize I was going to be losing the overtime for what went down.
But, okay, let's say you didn't do that. You would have lost 8 hours of pay because you would have taken off Black Friday and not gotten paid for it. This way you took off Black Friday and got paid, right? But you think you should have been paid time and a half because that week you worked more than 40 hours. I get what you're saying. But I understand what your employer is saying, too. Your employer is saying, do you guys want to work an extra 8 hours so you can take Black Friday off? And you guys voted to do it, right?
Yeah, but I can see what I walked into now. Then
Did you assume you were going to get time and a half? So in other words, not only did you get a day off, but you were going to get a day off plus another half day of pay. That's what you thought.
Yeah, because I thought the full pay period. I thought the law said during the pay period, you have to pay out what was worked in the pay
there's
period.
the letter to the law, and you could probably go back and argue. Okay, and here's what would happen. Here's what would happen. If you went back and were successful in making your argument, and getting your time and a half, then they're just going to dock you for Black Friday. I mean, you're not really gaining a lot. You're gaining, what it amounts to is you would have gotten Friday off and gotten a half day's pay for it, is basically what it amounts to. But if it's that important to you, go to the Wage and Hour Board and tell them. But it's kind of like, in my opinion, a little underhanded. In other words, you made an agreement to do this, and now you're saying, but I want overtime for it. You made an agreement kind of to take that day off, and you were going to work for it to make up for it. But again, you know, I'm not talking about the letter of the law. I'm talking about the spirit of the agreement. I'm Tom Martino for Ideal Home Loans. For your next ideal...
What's that? Sounds like somebody used to work for me. I wonder what he does.
And being in a better position than you were before means you have a shorter term or a lower rate for both. Or
I think you're right. It was a quid pro quo.
Yeah, it was. That was clear.
Clearly.
They also have credit optimization.
AT&T used to do stuff like that all the time. You know, you could have what they call closing holidays and stuff. Moving around.
Yeah.
But if you decide, I mean, do you think the guy is owed overtime?
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. It's a quid pro quo. 8 hours for 8 hours.
Doesn't matter which 8 hours.
Right.
It's like a cash offer. Yes, you're already approved.
I mean, he could have offered to do a double for the day off, for a particular day off.
303-867-7000. 303-867-7000. Also on my referral list at referralist.com.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver, an iHeart radio station. Available everywhere on our free iHeart Radio app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts. All in one.
ABC News, I'm Brian Clark. Supreme Court justices heard arguments today in a case centering around a Mississippi law that bans abortion after 15 weeks, a decision that could impact Roe v. Wade. Outside the Supreme Court, hundreds of demonstrators voicing their opinions. Mary Beth traveled from Pennsylvania.
Just wanted to let the justices know that we are hoping and praying that they will choose life.
Another woman from Rhode Island says a ban would violate a woman's right to choose.
Our bodies are our rights.
A decision by the court is not expected until summer. 5 confirmed cases of the Omicron variant of COVID-19 now reported in South Korea. The World Health Organization says it will have more on the variant transmissibility within days, not weeks. So far, there have been no identified cases in the U.S. Investigators in Michigan say the teen and suspected gunman in yesterday's deadly shooting at a high school north of Detroit kept a notebook. They say the gun he used was his dad's, purchased on Black Friday. This is ABC News. News anchor Chris Cuomo has been suspended indefinitely by cable network CNN after new details reveal he helped his brother, Andrew Cuomo, the former governor of New York, as he faced accusations of sexual harassment. Records show Cuomo sought information about his brother's accusers using CNN sources. Dr. Oz announcing he's running for Senate. ABC's Mary Bruce has more.
The heart surgeon turned celebrity doctor is running as a conservative in the critical state of Pennsylvania, but he's already facing criticism. Oz is a longtime resident of New Jersey, not Pennsylvania, but reportedly voted in New Jersey for the past year. Oz is also criticized for making a controversial statement about COVID, saying schools should reopen even if they cross lines. He later apologized, but now says the nation's pandemic response is pushing him into politics.
And the numbers are in Cyber Monday. Online spending hit.
You mean turn the heat up? I didn't turn it down.
AC slightly down from a record 10.8 billion a year ago. Brian Clark, ABC News.
Everybody hates coming to my office. There's like a green freezer in there.
Is my own.
You like it really cold, so like it's 60 degrees.
62? Yes.
62.
Drinkable water. Oh, man.
Hello, Emily, I'm on the air. How are you?
For technology that helps you adapt, trust Dell Technologies and
I'm on the air right now, but I'm during a news break. So what's going on? What should we do with that spot?
Do you look competitive edge in today's red-hot housing market? Rocket can. That's because Rocket Mortgage can give you a verified approval. It could help your offer stand out.
Wait, so you're not getting my email?
allocation of your income, assets, and
Oh, no, that's okay. No, that's okay. Hold on a sec. Hold on. I'm going to put you on speaker, and then I'm going to resend it to another email. Hold on one sec. Let me see where it is. It's not a big deal, but I think you'll see what I mean. Hold on. Okay, Emily, what email should I forward this to? I'll just forward it to you. Go ahead.
J-How News Time, 11:03.
Wait. Okay, what is the number at the end? Z as in zebra? Oh, 0's 15. Okay. At Gmail. Well, no, it's no listen. There's nothing to listen to. I just want you to go over what I said about it. It's hard to talk about it right now, but you can call me or I'll call you during a break. But right now, that is what, yeah, I just sent it to you, okay? Just read it. You'll see what I mean, and then we'll talk about it. And then I'll do it tonight, okay? All right. See ya. Bye.
Sports, both the Avs and the Nuggets are in action tonight on the road. The Avs are in Toronto to play the Maple Leafs. The Nuggets play the Magic in Orlando. That's the latest.
I can't sign on to my Colorado.
No.
Oh, you're going to have to
This report is sponsored by Wendy's Breakfast
They updated the app.
Just $1.
They updated the app. I went through the same thing last week. They updated the app. I couldn't pull up my stuff. So I started looking around.
So what do? You just delete it?
Just delete it and reinstall it. See, they know who you are. So when you reinstall it, it's just going to ask you for your access password. How you set that up. And then it'll bring you right back in.
Are moving along well with no problems. Fox 31
Why do they have to make it so difficult?
High of 72. Tonight, low 38.
They probably actually made it better. It was kind of funky at first
Currently,
with certain things.
61. With your impact, traffic, and weather, I'm Chris
But
McLaughlin.
it came right back.
Hey, how?
Wendy's knows a better breakfast starts with a better biscuit. That's why you can get a hot and buttery Wendy's breakfast biscuit with bacon or sausage, fresh cracked egg, and cheese for just $1. Get your Wendy's Buck Biscuit sandwich today. Limited time only.
It's not recognized.
U.S. Wendy's.
So I got to put in.
I thought Mr. Fix-A-Leak fixed that.
I thought you did too.
Well, it's just a drop.
It's a trickle.
I can patch a trickle.
Oh yeah, can you patch a slab leak, Mr. Fix-A-Leak?
Oh, a slab leak?
You see that water coming up?
Yeah. Oh, it's seeping out.
Don't splash it.
So what do you want to do?
Call Repipe Specialist, like our neighbors did.
Sometimes getting stuff up in here from certain sites is difficult.
For life? And new pipes can improve our low water pressure. It costs about half the price of a plumber, and they can do it in as little as a day.
Mr. Fix-A-Leak can't do that.
Apparently, you can't fix leaks either.
Tired of leaks or low water pressure? Call Repipe Specialists, and in 1 to 2 days, they can repipe your whole house with new PEX tubing and guarantee no leaks for life. Call 303-228-2910 for a free
Well, if it ever comes up, I'll show you.
It's not in lieu of no payments or interest for a year. That's 303-228-2910.
No, it's not. No, it's basically just your information. You can put your driver's
It
license.
didn't recognize me. It just doesn't recognize me. So I don't know what the fuck to do.
You can put your vehicle registration in. And what it does is it actually gives you, this is official. Colorado and some other states are using this kind of ID.
Okay, so like if you get pulled over, you can show your cop?
Probably so. In Colorado.
Right. It doesn't recognize me.
It won't even load up for me right now.
It doesn't even recognize me. It says you can't reset your password. It doesn't know who I am.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. This hour brought to you by RealCBDThatWorks.com. Don't forget, put Tom in the promo code. Get 30% off on your CBD products. They make great gifts. RealCBDThatWorks.com. Let's talk. Plumb line services in the house for plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. We were talking about on-demand water heaters, which are constant flow water heaters. Some people call them instant water heaters, versus high recovery water tanks, which now are a combination of a really quick recovery plus a tank. So while you're using it, it's replenishing, and it kind of serves as a constant flow without that expense, but it still is a tank system as opposed to tankless. If you have any questions on that. We're also talking about other things near and dear to your heart and pocketbook. Let's talk to Will, who has a problem with taxes. Will, what's going on with you, Will? Welcome. What's happening?
Well, Tom, in 2018, I sold a home and went to H&R Block, had my taxes done. In 2020, apparently, I got selected for an audit or something, and H&R Block didn't fill out the form that, because I only made $128,000 on the house, they didn't fill out the form showing that I was anything under $250,000 you're exempt. So
as an individual taxpayer, that's right. So,
yes.
So what happened?
I received a letter from the IRS in 2020 saying that I owed taxes on the sale of the home. $315,000 is what I sold the home for. I went to H&R Block. They did a letter, sent it off, and I didn't hear anything until about 6 months ago. 6 months ago, I got another letter saying the same thing. I went to H&R Block again. They did the same thing. They filled out, they wrote a letter, sent it out. A couple months went by. I got another letter. This time, they actually did the form, wrote a letter, had me mail it to them. And in the meantime, I called the 877 number they've got. I talked to representatives.
Okay, so where do we stand right now, bro? Where do we stand right now?
Right now, last week, I got an intent to levy. They want to take my house, my bank accounts.
All right, and this is all because they did not. This doesn't sound right to me. Because you did not report the sale of your home, they want to take everything you own. That doesn't sound right to me.
They want $145,000 by December 23rd.
Okay, how do they figure you owe $145,000?
They based it off the sell of the home at $315,000. It started out at $122,000, and the rest is interest and penalties. And I've talked to H&R. They said it's all our fault.
Yeah, but hold on. You don't owe capital gains to begin with.
Exactly.
Well, how do they figure you do?
You can't talk I can't get anything through the IRS to.
How did they even know you sold? How did they even know you sold your house? Did you get a 1099?
Yes.
Okay.
That was in my taxes.
I get it. Yes. That's what it is. So they're just showing a 1099. They're not showing what it is. If for all they know, correct, you sold a rental or something. I get it. So let's talk to Mike Plantanga over at Larson Tax Relief. Have you heard of this happening where people don't report a sale of their real estate and therefore it's construed as regular income?
It's rare, but it happens, Tom. I would suggest that this caller file a taxpayer advocate request. They could get that cleaned up for him.
Okay. Did you try that? And now, hold on. Let me ask you this. Mike, what would be wrong if they filed, if H&R Block says we messed up, why don't they just do an amended?
That might be the guidance that the taxpayer advocate would give, Tom, but I would say see about just clearing up the issue with the original return, and penalties can be abated based upon reliance of a professional. So any penalties that he's accruing for not paying it can be abated, but the whole amount should be taken care of regardless.
I've gotten a hold of the taxpayer advocates, and I spent an hour and a half on the phone with them, and they said they were going to put in my file that I had the form sent to them and the letters, and then I got this levy deal. And then I spent 2 hours and 13 minutes on hold the other day, and it kicked me off. When I talked to the taxpayer people at IRS, they said one of the problems is with COVID, they shut all these offices down, and they're not opening mail like they used to. so they're not getting this information in, and I don't know how to get it to the IRS without just mailing it and getting this information in someone's hands.
Well, did maybe you just call the taxpayer advocate, or did you file an actual Form 911?
Just called taxpayer advocate. That's what H&R Block told me to do.
I would suggest that you file a Form 911, describe the issue you're having, and an actual person will be assigned to your case and will work with you to help rectify the issue.
Can I come to you guys? Because I'm just afraid that everything is getting pushed aside.
Yes, you can. They handle problems. Yes, they handle problems. Sure, they do. But it costs. I mean, what I'm saying is,
I'm getting ready to lose everything, Tom. $1,000 isn't going to kill me.
Well, I don't know how much it's going to cost for this. I don't know, Michael, but at least you should call them, okay? In fact, that's what they're there for, and you should. It's 844 Larson Tax. 844-527. Is it 7668? I never actually gave out the number that much. 844 Larson Tax. So DAF will make sure you get that number. Mike, I want to ask you something. Does this come up a lot? I mean, do people take for granted when they sell their house that they don't have to do anything?
Yeah, people do take that for granted. They just need to make sure they walk through that part of the return very carefully so that they're not taxed for any gain that they receive.
Okay, so they have to, when they sell a house, even if they're not making more than the amount to be taxed, even if it's under that amount, they still have to file an informational return on it.
Right, exactly. Just to be safe, I think that's the wise thing. Yes, Tom.
All right. 303-713-TALK is our number, 713-8255. Dylan, what is your update on moving? What's going on, Dylan? Did you call with moving and you have an update now?
Yeah, I called a few weeks ago just to give you feedback because I'd gotten a few different quotes, two from your referral list guys, and then I ended up going with somebody that we had used in the past.
I'm trying to find your original call on that, but you said you had called some of our movers, but you didn't go with one of them. Is that right?
Yeah, well, I didn't go with either of them. Short story, Cowboy was kind of rude when I called in, and the other ones were very nice and helpful. I can't ever remember their name, but the other one you have on the list. But they ended up being what I considered pretty darn expensive. So this other moving company that we had used when our apartment complex was doing renovations and moved us into a different unit, and they had recommended them. We used them. They're called Four Seasons Moving.
And what happened?
I believe they were awesome. I cannot speak more highly of these guys. They were very reasonably priced, very professional. It ended up that they needed to come back the next day to finish up, and they didn't screw us on extra charges or anything like that.
Now, was this a local move?
Yes, from Golden to Arvada.
Okay, and you had used these guys before?
I had, which is why I felt comfortable, seeing, because I was a foreman for a moving company. I don't know, 15 years ago or so I know a little bit about the industry, and seeing them work, I trusted that they were going to treat us right, and they absolutely did. We couldn't be happier.
Well, I'm glad. Thank you for telling us that. The name of the company was Four Seasons?
Yeah, Four Seasons Movers.
Okay, thank you. We have more coming up. I'm Tom Martino.
BullseyeEventGroup.com's VIP tailgate presented by Isle Lady Luck Blackhawk and Caesars Rewards. Open premium bar for 3 hours before Broncos home games. All-you-can-eat food for 3 hours by network chef Aaron May. And get the VIP tailgate tickets now at BullseyeEventGroup.com. The Broncos VIP tailgate and KOA's game day home has indoor and outdoor live seating for a VIP tailgate experience located at the stadium at the Mile High Monument with all ages welcome.
I can't get through my Colorado no matter what. It sends me a link to get a
Ellis Jewelry will buy your scrap gold, silver, any precious metal for just the asking. You go there, they'll give you a price. If you like it, boom, it's done. DavidEllisJewelry.com, 3rd and Clayton. He's been around for 40 years. You can trust him. I've known him the whole time. And if you're looking for estate value, you're not going to get it. If you have old tangled messes, old jewelry and all of that you want to get rid of for the precious metal in it, they'll do that. Even old coin collections, incomplete coin collections, incomplete jewelry collections, tangled messes. Just go see David Ellis Jewelry, DavidEllisJewelry.com, 3rd and Clayton. And again, he'll write you a check on the spot for the precious metal in there, including, of course, gold and silver. 303-322-8779. That's 303-322-8779, DavidEllisJewelry.com. Get your carpets cleaned the right way. What is the right way? The right way is with ZeroResDenver.com. And I say Zero Res because I know these people and I use these people in my home, and you will absolutely love the way they do their cleaning. Of course, it's the holidays. That means your home should sparkle and shine, right? Zero Res can help clean for the holidays and keep those carpets residue-free. Let Zero Res help you, and they get cleaner, faster, stay cleaner longer, dry faster, because no residue, which is a dirt magnet. That's ZeroResDenver.com, ZeroResDenver.com, 303-471-5150. 3-room area is just $119, 303-471-5150. The Art of Granite will give you a price on the phone for your countertops. Call right now. Tell them what you have in mind. They'll give you a pretty damn good estimate. Now, it doesn't have to be granite either. They do any kind of solid surface, any kind of natural stone. They do the whole Front Range and mountain communities. They're in Golden, but you can call them. They'll come to you, or you can go to them. Listen, if you like the price, that's the first thing, right? They'll give you a price on the phone. TheArtOfGranite.com for any countertop material at wholesale. They'll tear out and haul away free. They do the bathroom free when you do the kitchen. 303-386-5919. Get your price on the phone. 303-386-5919.
This view was worth a hike.
Right? And it's a good way to stay on top of my health.
Yes, I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you screened for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. It's more treatable when caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and it's used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit Cologuard.com.
I'm in.
Alpha One Tax and Wealth is passionate about making certain that you live well in retirement. Whether you're just starting out or getting close or already there, let Alpha One Tax and Wealth give a free second opinion or design a retirement plan tailored to your lifestyle. And at Alpha One Tax and Wealth, their focus is on you. And as fiduciaries, their advice and plans are designed specifically for you. So call Alpha One Tax and Wealth at 833-650-7526. That's 833-650-7526 or online, alphaonewealth.com.
Colorado Gives. Do you? As the largest provider of shelter to women across northern Colorado, Catholic Charities supports our neighbors through every stage of life. We provide medical care to women, early education to little ones, affordable housing for seniors and veterans, and feed thousands of people each year. Go to coloradogives.org/CC Denver to pre-schedule your donation. Again, visit coloradogives.org/CC Denver.
It's time for a Pac-12 road trip. Hi, this is Voice of the Boss Mark Johnson. Tonight, the 6-1 Buffaloes battle 6-1 UCLA in Westwood. Coverage begins at 7, tip-off at 7:30 on KOA, 850 AM, 94.1 FM, and at iHeartRadio.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's Breakfast Biscuit Sandwich. Just $1.
We are warming things up today. Temperatures near 72 degrees. That puts us 1 degree shy of the record. Plenty of sunshine and light wind. I'm Fox 31 Pinpoint Weather Team meteorologist Kylie Burse.
Wendy's knows a better breakfast starts with a better biscuit. That's why you can get a hot and buttery Wendy's Breakfast Biscuit with bacon or sausage, fresh cracked egg, and cheese for just $1. Get your Wendy's Buck Biscuit Sandwich today. Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's.
Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Genesis does solar. So if you're looking for solar, you finally have a company you can trust, Genesis. They're working with a manufacturer that gives a 25-year warranty on all of the components, plus a 25-year performance guarantee. It takes just 20 minutes to get evaluated to see if you're a good lot for solar. Not everyone is, but if you are, they can tell by they don't even have to visit your site. They can do it off-site by satellite. GenesisSolarCO.com, 303-474-4317, 303-474-4317. Give Genesis a call and see if you're a viable candidate for solar. You own the system and you get all the tax credits. It's a great time of year to consider that. All right. Now, we have an IRS question from JR. JR, go ahead. What's your IRS question? What's happening?
Hey, Tom, the question is on that caller you just had about the house, selling his house, and the IRS is coming after him.
Yes.
So he said that H&R Block admitted to doing it wrong. What is their guarantee? Aren't they supposed to back something up like that? Isn't that the reason you go to H&R Block?
No, what they say is that they would pay penalties if they do something wrong. But technically, that's a good question, actually. They say they would.
The penalties are $123,000 for this guy.
Yeah, but this thing is not going to go through. I mean, all they're getting is a 1099 that's unmatched. That is an automatic notice he's getting. It's just automatic. It happens all the time.
So H&R Block should redo it and send it in again, right?
Yes.
To correct it. So he has to go through another person and pay who knows how much amount of money to get it fixed, where it should be H&R Block's responsibility, my opinion.
No, you're right, and maybe we should ask what happens. I don't know, Daff, if we can get anyone from H&R to talk about that, but ask them theoretically, not about any one person. Ask them theoretically if they left something off, would they pay the penalty? And by the way, did you give him Larson tax relief's number? 844.
I haven't given JR, but I did give the other gentleman.
No, that's what I meant, the other guy. JR, thanks. They should have some responsibility on that. 303-713-8255. I have a question for, we're talking about water tanks. Somebody wants to know, Bob Logan is with Plumb, plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. We've had a couple hot water concerns. How important is flushing out a water tank, a hot water tank?
Like anything, water tanks need maintenance, and we recommend flushing them out once a year. Now, if you haven't done it in a long time, and because of the minerals and the calcium and everything in the waters, if that valve is frozen and you try to open it up to flush it, you may not be able to get it closed again. So I wouldn't recommend any homeowner to try this themselves. Unless
you mean if they haven't done it in a while.
Right.
So when you say flush out a tank, what exactly are you doing when you flush out a tank? What exactly?
Well, there's a valve on the bottom of the water heater, and sediment will build up again because of minerals and calcium and contaminants in the water, and so you basically hook a hose up there, take it to a drain, you open that valve, and you allow all that stuff to flush out. So if you do this once or twice a year, it keeps your water heater in much better shape. But again, if you haven't done it in several years, I would not recommend trying that yourself. In fact, many times our plumbers are hesitant if the water heater is 8, 9, 10 years old to open that up because you might not be able to get that valve shut again.
Okay, and when you flush it out, how long is that good for?
We typically recommend doing it once a year.
Okay, so once a year would be To do what? To keep it from rotting? Can you virtually you can keep that going a long time, can't you?
Yeah, because that sediment, I mean, picture, not that this actually happens, but almost picture as if you put, say every month you were able to pour a cup of sand in your water heater, it's going to settle to the bottom, and if you did that, it's going to continue to build up and build up. So one, it's causing damage to the water heater, but two, it's lessening the capacity over time.
Yeah, and it's rotting out the tank. I mean, it is rotting out the tank. So flushing is definitely a real deal. Okay. So is something you don't hear often about is a sacrificial anode. Again, that's something, if you don't know about it, you may not want to mess with it. And of course, if you keep it flushed and clean, the less problem you have with those anodes. Those anodes, they're a little difficult to explain, but they're basically a rod that hang in the middle of the tank and sacrifice themselves, so the water will eat that away before it eats the tank away. But nowadays, you have a lot of glass-lined tanks, so this doesn't even come into play, right?
Well,
with glass-lined tanks, though, I mean, really, is there any tank rotting with a glass-lined tank unless there's imperfections in the glass, right?
Well, they're not going to last forever.
Right.
That's what you're
But when we say glass-lined tanks, we're talking about fiberglass, or we're talking about like what kind of?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Yeah,
I think I need to ask my master plumber.
There's some kind of ceramic or something that lines the tank, we're told, but in any case, there are so many advancements when it comes to hot water. 303-713-TALK for any questions you have. Okay, Robert, you received an IRS letter. What did it say?
It just says that we didn't put on the tax return in 2019 the sale of the house. But then I've gotten a second letter as well, and it's saying that I now owe $265,000 for the sale of the house. This house sold at $590,000. But in both cases, when my accountant originally did my tax return in 2019, he did fill out the sale of home worksheet. So in August of 2021, the first time I got the first letter from the IRS, he wrote a letter back to them and sent them the form, the original form that he put with the tax return. Then again, now in October, they sent another letter saying that I owe $260.
Wait a minute. So you did claim the original sale, though?
Yes, that was part of the original tax return in 2019.
And did they just ignore it?
Well, according to my accountant, he said sometimes they separate the forms from the original tax return and they misplace them or something.
Oh, my God. So now they're acting as if you did not do it at all.
Yeah, and I've sent them 2 times. The second letter that we sent, I actually sent it certified mail, and I did get a tracking number with it, and it shows that it was delivered. But I haven't received anything since then.
God. Okay, but it was delivered, so have they bugged you since then?
Not since. I'm hoping to receive another letter saying that everything is
Well, do
okay.
us a favor. Hey, listen, right now it sounds like you're taking the right steps. It's hard for me to believe you filed a form and you still got a letter. You know, I got a letter on a 1099 that did not match. And see, I don't know how people do this normally, but when I make 1099 income, I include it all in my income. I don't separate out each 1099. What the IRS does, if they get a 1099, let's say for $670 in your name, they go on your tax return to see if you've had a separate entry for $679 as opposed to is it included in your overall income. And that can be a problem. Not everyone lists each and every 1099. I mean, I literally get dozens of 1099s. I mean, think about that. How often would you list each 1099 with all of the income if the income comes to an entity or something? It's a very difficult situation. This matching of 1099s to income is becoming a very big headache. For example, like if you get gas and oil income, royalties, I get a few. I'm not, rolling in it. But when I get it, at the end of the year, each oil company sends me a 1099. But I don't fill out an income sheet for each one of those. I include it in my investment portfolio. I simply include one amount for gas and oil. That one amount includes the 1099s. But the IRS wants to see you take each and every 1099, each and every one of them, and they want to see you outline each and every one of them. And it kind of screws up your bookkeeping because you're already entering that income into your corporate books. So now when you go to enter the income as a separate 1099, it looks like additional income. It doesn't look like income you've already claimed. I don't really know how, I just don't know how people get around it. Now, Sherry, what's happening with you? Sherry, welcome to the show. I'm Tom Martino. What's going on?
Yes, I have a landlord-tenant issue. I'm a tenant in this, and there are a million resources out there, but no legal aid, no legal advice for us to utilize those resources. So a lot of those resources go unused. And
what do you mean? Like what? Tell me what goes unused. Like what?
Well, basically, if you have an issue and you need to report it to someone, there's no one you can report it to because I was told Colorado is a landlord state. So
give me an idea of an issue, Sherry. Give me an idea of what I need to talk specifics. Like, give me a specific with you right now.
Well, I've had a water main break in my kitchen since mid-August that has not been fixed. I have not used my water.
And you're a tenant. And you're a tenant.
And I'm a tenant.
All right. And you're saying there's no place to report it. Yes, there is. Hold on. We'll go over your rights. Okay? You do have more rights.
Do you think Robert sent you the paper, that he sent in a paper on return, and that's why that form got separated, as opposed to an electronic return, which wouldn't be separated?
You know, it's hard to say because...
Well, I bet you that's what happened, that he mailed it in snail mail, because the electronic one would all be in one file. I guarantee that's what he did.
God, I finally got back on to My Colorado, but it was hard. So is this going to happen every time you're not on there for a while? Do they make you redo it over and over?
I don't know. I've only done it one time. I was at home when I realized that it wasn't working for me.
What do you use My Colorado for?
For my driver's license and vaccination record.
Oh, okay.
And vehicle registrations, insurance cards, all that stuff if you want. I just created an account. Oh, okay. Oh, it lets you in finally?
Vehicle registrations on there too, you're right.
Get a hot and buttery Wendy's breakfast biscuit with bacon or sausage, fresh cracked egg, and cheese for just $1. Get your Wendy's Buck Biscuit sandwich today. Limited time only. At participating U.S. Wendy's.
Let's talk about getting a loan.
You can get a loan just about anywhere, but you will not get the interest rate guarantee that you get with Ideal Home Loans. What is an interest rate guarantee? It means that if rates go down after you close, they will refinance you free of charge. It's a 2-year guarantee. Every time you close, you get a new 2-year guarantee. So you're always under the protection of Ideal Home Loans. IdealHomeLoans.com, 303-867-7000. First they listen, then they lend. What does that mean? They want to make sure the loan suits you. If you're not going to be in the house a long time, you don't have to have a 30-year loan. You don't have to have a 15. You can pick whatever term you want. If you're out shopping, they can do a pre-approval. Not a pre-qualification, a pre-approval, where they actually put the money away in your name and they've closed, basically. All you have to do is find the house and you're done. It's like a cash deal. IdealHomeLoans.com, where their salary-based officers always look for the best loans for you. Low rates, you can pull cash out right now if you refi. You don't have a payment till first quarter of 2022. IdealHomeLoans.com, 303-867-7000. When we're speaking of financing, and right now the stock market is very volatile. In fact, everything is pretty volatile. There is a surefire investment, safe, conservative, tax-free, of 4% plus a 1% dividend. It's called Become the Banker. It's really a strategy. Now, I'm going to tell you, if you follow this strategy, it will be tax-free for life. Any savings you put in here, tax-free for life. When you draw them out, tax-free. In fact, you can use them through your life, tax-free. To buy cars, to buy other things, furniture, maybe even to put a down payment on a home, and you pay yourself back again. It's a tax-free account. That's why it says become the banker. You becomethebanker.org. Becomethebanker.org for more information.
Looking for help with Medicare? Take advantage of one-on-one support from United Healthcare at select Walgreens locations in Denver. Wow. Current United Healthcare Medicare members can get help with plans, billing questions, and more Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. If you're new to Medicare or looking to switch plans, talk to a licensed sales agent Tuesdays and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's a great way to learn about Medicare plans in the Denver area. Wow. Take advantage of one-on-one Medicare support at United Healthcare Medicare Member Services inside Walgreens at 5190 West 120th Avenue in Broomfield, 19028 Lincoln Avenue in Parker, and 205 East Eisenhower Boulevard in Loveland. For more information on United Healthcare Member Services, visit uhcwalgreens.com today. That's UHC. All clinical and other resource center services provided at United Healthcare at Walgreens locations are provided by employees or agents of United Healthcare Services, Inc. or one of its subsidiaries or affiliates, and such individuals are not employees or agents of Walgreens Company or any of its subsidiaries or affiliates.
You don't need a referral to get physical therapy at Colorado Pain Care. See world-class doctorate-level therapists. They even show you self-help techniques. Get this, if they see underlying problems, you're right there at Colorado Pain Care, the best pain clinic anywhere. Yes, you can book physical therapy directly. Maybe that's all you need. Find out today. Get your life back. 303-GOT-PAIN. Isn't it time you got relief? 303-GOT-PAIN. I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino for ColoradoPainCare.com.
Order up. All right, everybody get closer. Act like you like each other.
Hear that? That's the sound of people all over Colorado living their healthiest lives. Eating, talking, exercising, laughing, smiling, taking family photos, cheering, and experiencing joy. Everyone deserves to feel good doing the things they love. And your teeth and gums are a big part of that. If you sometimes worry that your dental issues are affecting your health and holding you back from doing all the things you care about, it's time to get a free consultation with Colorado's Clear Choice. Dr. Jovic and Dr. Mackert and their teams will evaluate your teeth and determine what options will best serve you. Today's the day to get back out there. Visit clearchoice.com and do something good for your health.
Are you paying too much for Medicare? Do you wish it included more coverage? Well, Bright Healthcare Medicare Advantage plans include all the coverage of original Medicare, plus extra benefits like comprehensive dental, including implants, and a free Silver Sneakers Health Club membership. Benefits vary by plan, but Bright Healthcare's Colorado members can also receive $900 a year in Part B rebates. Sound good? Call 888-541-0099. Don't miss your chance to talk to the experts, have your questions answered, and get all the Medicare benefits you want. Enrollment is open but ends December 7th. Call Bright Healthcare now at 888-541-0099. That's 888-541-0099.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. All right, let's talk about anything near to your heart and pocketbook. Bob, we had one other question. Again, water heaters, because we got off on that train of thought. On flushing water heaters, they want to know, how much do you flush? Do you flush the whole system out? And then just, what about checking a tank? What do you check for when you check a tank, do a health check?
Well, you know, it's really hard. I mean, basically, we're checking the
obvious leaks,
the valves, the connections,
the pressure relief,
the pressure, the
pressure relief valve is what I'm talking about, because that can be leaking.
Right. Yeah. And most of them have pressure tanks on them now, so that if the pressure gets too big, those will release.
Okay.
So basically, what that does, it keeps the water heater from contracting and expanding, so it prolongs the life of the tank.
Now, we talked about the glass lining. What is that all about?
Yeah, so I did a little bit of research.
Yes.
You give me an education every time I come on. So the glass lining, water tanks have actually been made that way for the last 60 years. So
for the last 60 years,
right? So I just wanted to make sure.
So what are that? So they're actually lined on the inside.
Yeah, it's actually lined with a porcelain enamel.
Okay.
And so it does protect the steel. Stainless steel tanks don't rust, so you don't need that. You don't need anno rods. But for a standard tank, they're glass lined, and then
of course then they can
the sacrificial rods or the anno rods. Those are made out of magnesium or aluminum. So the process. I mean, the bad chemicals in your water will attack aluminum or magnesium before they attack the steel of the tank.
Now, you said something about stainless steel tanks. Do they make stainless steel?
Yeah. I mean, they're going to be...
Are they expensive?
They're going to be extremely expensive, yes.
But they would last forever, wouldn't they?
I mean, there's not a whole lot that... I mean, they could go wrong with them, but we don't install them. I don't even know what they cost. I would imagine they'd be astronomical.
Okay. 303-713-TALK. Matt, what's going on with you, Matt? Welcome to the show.
Hey, Tom, I'm so glad I can call you and ask you my question.
What is that, sir?
Well, I had a problem. My electrical power comes in underground to the house, comes up to the meter. I've noticed a long time ago that it was being pulled down. The ground was settling. And I had an electrician out. For some other reason, he noticed it. He says, whoa, this is dangerous. He opened up the meter box, and he looked at it. He says, you're about to have a short there. So I called XL. They sent a guy out right away. And he said, yes, this is a big deal. I'm going to lengthen those wires. So he did that without shutting off power.
Yeah.
With hot 220 or 240 volts.
Yeah, they know how to do that. Yeah.
Well, I wish he hadn't, because he shorted something in my meter box and burned up a small piece.
What did he burn up?
The clamp has a little metal foot. When you tighten down the screw on those big cables, it presses against the cable, and that's how it makes contact.
Yeah.
Well, the clamp was burned and useless, so he had to just use the screw to go down against the cable. And I said, I saw all this happen. It was a big explosion. And he says, oh, that's not important. That's nothing. Well, and he was a very nice guy, a good guy, doing his best.
Now, was it in your meter it did it, or in your meter box?
In the meter box, which is my property.
Right.
And they have to maintain the cable to the box.
Right, that's right.
See how they get into
did you ask him to replace what he burned up?
I thought about. He left, and I thought about it, and I contacted I contacted the manufacturer of the box. And the manufacturer says, no way. It is now not covered under any warranty or UL, listing. It needs to be replaced. There are no extraneous parts. And
what you're saying is it can't be repaired.
It can't be repaired. It's very old. The parts aren't available. And so they sent out another guy.
Yeah.
And he looked at it and he says, no, that's okay. But I said, I'm going to send the letter I got from the manufacturer. And actually, they then put me in touch with a claims department, and they asked for a letter and for a bid sheet showing how much to replace it, which was about $4,200. And
does that sound right for a meter box? $4,200?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, I was surprised too, but it runs into complications. It's not just the meter box then. It's upgrading to the new code, and it gets expensive.
Yeah, but I'm not so sure they owe you that part of it. But in any case, where does it stand right now?
I sent everything over to their claims department. A few weeks passed, maybe a month, and I got a letter back from the higher level who said we didn't damage anything, and we're not responsible for anything.
Okay.
So
how can you prove they damaged it?
I was there. I saw him do it. And in the letter it said our tech said he didn't damage anything. I don't believe that, and I think under oath he would admit it. But more importantly, I was there. I was right behind him. I saw it.
Well, the good news is
told me he did.
The good news is you can take him to small claims court.
And I thought that's where it was headed.
I mean, that's where you can if they won't do it. I mean, we can try calling them. I'll have Deputy Doc call over there, but here's the deal. They're going to say they didn't do it. Is it possible that it was like that before the arc?
Impossible.
Why is that impossible?
It's impossible because when it happened, The guy admitted what he just did.
All right, all right.
And what's missing?
I'm saying to you is, what if he thought he did it, and on further examination he figured, you know what, that it's an old box, and like, is it still operable?
I've got electricity in my house.
All right, then what part? Then tell me what this part does. It clamps the wire down. Is that right?
Imagine if there's a flat metal foot pressing against a large stranded cable.
I get it. Yes. Is it still pressing against? Is it still pressing against the cable?
No, it's gone.
Okay, then how is the cable being secured?
The screw that would press against the clamp is now digging into the cable and spreading out the strands.
And they can't put in just a little piece of metal between the screw and the wire?
First of all, it wouldn't be UL. It wouldn't be to code.
Oh.
And they haven't offered that.
First of all, I don't even know of any code that you're even talking about. All we're talking about is securing a wire, okay? It's a crimp connection. A crimp connection is not rocket science, for God's sake.
I install fire alarms. I know how it works. A panel has a UL rating as built. You change anything, it loses that.
Tom, I'm happy to send one of our electricians by and take a look at it and just get another opinion on it.
Yeah, maybe we should. But here's the deal, okay? What you seem to, this is what it's going to be difficult to get across to you, Matt. Excel doesn't owe you an up-to-date 2021 meter box.
Agreed.
Okay. They only owe you whatever you'd have to chip in for the better part of it. Okay? How old is your meter box?
40 years.
Okay. Come on.
I'd buy a meter box. I'd have.
Okay. What I'm saying is, they're not going to owe you that much. They're just not going to.
Now.
They're going to pay him $5 grand for this? For a fucking little. This guy is telling me that where it crimps the wire, now because there's not a metal foot under it, that it's not clamping the wire properly. Is it arcing?
Apparently not, because he's got electricity.
Well, that doesn't matter. He could be arcing.
Did it burn the box when the original burned? Did it burn that box right there? You know, because the guy said he pulled it loose and it arced, exploded. Okay, now that's probably why they took that clamp.
But it's a 40-year-old meter box.
No, I'm with you on that. I'm just trying to figure out. I'm just going through the logic of what happened. If he pulled it and it arced, and now that clamp is not there, that clamp got burnt in that arc. Okay, and the guy just screwed it back down.
No, he didn't use a clamp. He just used a screw.
Yeah, the clamp got burned out.
Right, all he needs is a clamp.
Peace.
Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, free market valuations of your home. Of course, if you're looking to buy or sell your home, if you're looking for either one, the buying or the selling, you will never find better representation than Frank Duran. But listen, he will do free market valuations of your home to let you know what it will sell for on the open market. So if you're just curious, maybe you want to fix up your house, maybe you're wondering what it's worth, call Frank Duran for a full, detailed, measured, photographed, comparable research on your home. Free of charge, 303-920-1622. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com.
Do roller coaster stock markets make you nervous? With such frequent ups and downs, don't let market volatility derail your retirement.
You know, we should have, listen, get that address for him so we can have Plumb Line electrician look at it. And then you guys ought to give him a price for repairing it.
Yeah, we will. Let's talk about getting your furnace completely checked. Now, it's going to get cold. People say, why should I get my furnace checked? Do you know how many people have gotten their furnace cleaned and checked, and it's increased its efficiency or helped it run better, where they thought they had a major problem, it turned out they didn't? And for just $39, Fix It 24/7 will come in and actually clean your furnace from top to bottom, take it apart to the extent they can, and make it run like never before. 720-526-3939. FixMyHome.com.
Have you still not refinanced your mortgage? Well, soon you might be kicking yourself in the head. Rates are at historic lows, so take advantage of our new fast track loan with an unbelievable low rate of 2.5 rate and APR with our no closing costs 30-year fixed loan. That's right, no points, no fees. Hi, I'm Wesley Hoagland with Westland Financial, a trusted lender for over 20 years. Even if you refinanced in the last year, we can still probably save you money. All it takes is a 5-minute phone call to find out how you can save up to thousands of dollars a year. This amazing 2.5 rate and APR won't last long, and our new fast track loan process can get it done in record time. So call today, 844-425-3669. That's 844-425-3669. 844-425-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind. Call us at 844-425-3669. And MLS 3304. Not all loans apply. Equal housing lender. Rates subject to change. Hi, Dan Chapini, Democrat Kitchens and Baths. Oh boy, the holidays are coming fast. And yes, I know you've been getting busier and busier, and I'm aware you might want to put off the new kitchen and bath project till later. I know that, but as it is every year, it's my job to keep all of our people busy right through the holidays into the new year. So, can we entice you to call now, order now, or
So who actually owns the box on the side of the house, the power box?
The box. Which box are you talking about?
The box on the outside of my house, that cable coming up out the ground.
You do. The meter, though, is
the
theirs.
meter belongs to him. That's what I thought. So he owns the box, but not the meter. Got it.
And we'll keep all our people busy right through the so-called snow time. Perfect. Kitchens, baths, counters, and floors. Any replacement windows and doors, you have our word. We'll treat you right and done right. 303-722-2295, 800-362-8370, or drhi.com.
If you're with Verizon, AT&T, or T-Mobile, you're paying too much for cell service. It's Jill Schlesinger. Did you know your talk gives you the same great coverage on the same great 5G network as one of the big guys for about half the cost? The average family is saving over $800 a year. I know you're thinking, how do they do that? Your talk doesn't have thousands of retail stores and overhead that you have to pay for. And they don't charge you for the added perks that you never use. You can keep your phone number and keep your phone or get huge discounts.
I texted you his address and phone number.
Thank you.
You betcha.
And 6 gigs of data is just $30 a month. From your cell phone, dial pound 250 and say Jill 50 to save 50% off your first month. That's pound 250, say Jill 50. Your talk is simply smarter wireless.
How long will this bull market last? What will the next recession look like? Are you financially prepared? Visit my website now at kurtcambier.com for your free portfolio analysis. That's Kurt with a K, CAMBIER.com. Securities offered through Cambridge Investment Research Inc., a broker-dealer, member of FINRA SIPC. Investment advisor representative, Cambridge Investment Research Advisors Inc., a registered investment advisor. Cambridge and Centennial Capital Partners are not affiliated.
Denver's talk station. Online at khelp.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Welcome to the show. Now let's talk. Sherry, what's going on with you, Sherry? What's happening?
Yes, I told you I was a landlord and tenant issue. I'm the tenant.
Yes.
And there's nowhere for a tenant to go for
Now,
resources.
when you said that, I had someone looking into this. Now, let me explain this to you. If you have an issue with a landlord and it affects the habitability of the apartment, okay, you are the tenant and you have an issue like with heat, hot water, security, anything that affects the habitability, you do have a right to demand that it be fixed within a reasonable amount of time, or get out of any lease that you have and not have any penalty. So what exactly are you saying? You have no running water?
I have running water, but I can't use it because it'll back up my system, and it's because there's a break in the main line underground that several vendors have told the landlord this, and they refuse to fix the issue.
Okay, so when you say, when you use the water, what happens when you use the water?
And had 911 come out and
what happens when you use the water?
It backs up in the sink and the dishwasher and overflows onto the floor.
All right,
and
so in other words, you have
water.
It's the drain that's not working. When you talk about main water line, you're talking about the drain line, right?
Yes.
Okay, so your drains back up if you use any water whatsoever.
Correct. And anything else that anyone else uses comes into my apartment and overflows me.
Okay,
so
are you on the bottom? Are you on the bottom floor? Just hold on. We can help you.
It's the most expensive time of the...
If truly her drains are that backed up, and they need to snake those out. I don't know why the landlord doesn't think. Dad, let's get that information from Sherry so Deputy Doc can call the landlord. I mean, that's bullshit.
Hey, it's Ross. If you or someone you live with is losing sleep due to loud snoring, or not breathing properly while sleeping, or abruptly waking up while you're sleeping, there's a decent chance that what you're dealing with is sleep apnea. Now, of course, you know about the masks you can wear and stuff like that, but Dr. David Opperman at the Colorado Voice Clinic is an expert in sleep apnea treatment, including new treatments that you may never have heard of. If you want to learn more, get started at coloradovoiceclinic.com. Portions of the following program will be recorded.
KRFX HD2 Denver. KHOW Denver, an iHeartRadio station. Available everywhere on our free iHeartRadio app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts. All in one.
Okay.
ABC News, I'm Will Reed. In Michigan, authorities say a fourth person, a 17-year-old boy, has died from yesterday's Michigan school shooting. Two others remain in critical condition.
But you are responsible for the meter box, too.
Police say the 15-year-old suspect kept a notebook and say the gun used was his dad's, purchased on Black Friday.
Responsible for the power up to the
Supreme
meter
Court
box.
justices hearing arguments surrounding a Mississippi case that bans abortion at 15 weeks of pregnancy. The case is considered one of the most significant in the decades since Roe v. Wade.
You know what surprised me is that Oz is running as a Republican.
What justices are focusing on.
My strong sense coming out of the argument today was that the justices were less concerned about, potential public blowback if they do overturn Roe and Casey than they were about, actually rejecting these precedents that a majority of us believe were deeply flawed. And so that's my picture coming out. We are going to see Roe and Casey overturned.
Demonstrations are taking place outside the Supreme Court. This is ABC News. A new search warrant in the fatal movie set shooting involving Alec Baldwin could reveal where the live ammunition came from. ABC's Kaylee Hartung is in Los Angeles.
The first time the lead in the investigation to determine how live rounds wound up on the set of the Alec Baldwin movie Rust. The trail tracing back to Thel Reed, the father of the film's armorer, Hannah Gutierrez Reed. Reed is a veteran weapons expert known for his decades-long work on films.
A Georgia police officer is among 4 people killed in an apparent domestic disturbance.
Law enforcers were answering a report of a woman at a child shot outside an apartment. As those officers were tending to the victims, they came under fire as well. Police have learned that the suspect had earlier killed 2 women and wounded a child before he shot Officer Henry Baxter to death. The gunman then died in a shootout with police. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
Rainfall in the Arctic will soon be more common than snowfall. Scientists say the transition will occur decades sooner than expected. Will Reed, ABC News.
I'm Carla Hall. Why give your family just ordinary eggs when they can enjoy the best, Eggland's Best? The only eggs with more fresh and delicious taste, plus superior nutrition compared to ordinary eggs, with 6 times more vitamin D, 10 times more vitamin E, 25% less saturated fat, and 38% more lutein. Because the way we care is anything but ordinary. Only Eggland's Best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
BC Powder knows life pushes us to the max. Work to the max. Family to the max. It can all mean pain to the max. So BC introduces new BC Max Strength. New BC Max relieves tough headaches and body pain at the speed of powder. Nothing stronger on pain without a prescription. Pain to the max? New BC Max. In a great tasting lemonade flavor. KHOW News Time, 12:03.
A man wanted in Colorado for sex assault is only the second person to be extradited from the nation of Ecuador to the U.S. in 27 years.
69-year-old Peter Detmer is charged with 126 counts of sexual assault. It stems from 2016 cases out of Golden. Detmer had failed to appear for his 2017 trial. He's been on the run ever since.
Reporter Kathy Walker. Detmer will be in court later today in Golden. The state of Colorado is joining forces with Dolly Parton to help get more kids into reading. The state will work with local organizations to expand Parton's Imagination Library program across Colorado. The goal will be to form local partnerships to promote, raise funds, and enroll children in the program, which provides free books to kids up to 5 years old. Sports, Colorado Avalanche are in Toronto tonight to play the Maple Leafs. The Denver Nuggets are in Orlando to play the Magic. That's the latest. I'm Pat Woodard.
Now, Impact Traffic. This report is sponsored by AAA Colorado Insurance.
Just a little bit of slow traffic I'm seeing right now. Heavy volume as you work your way into downtown towards Spear, either direction. No accidents reported on that stretch, just some heavier traffic. And the rest of I-25 moving along really well between North Glen and Castle Rock. No reported issues on I-70 right now. In fact, all our metro area highways are clear of any major delays because of accidents. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. Warm today with a high of 72 expected, and then tonight's low 38. Mostly sunny for tomorrow with a high of 70. Currently, it's 67. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin, 630 KHOW.
Don't settle for mediocre relationships. Break up with your insurance provider and get AAA insurance with coverage that loves you back. For 100 years, AAA has been providing auto insurance from a name you trust. Search today and save up to 25%. Visit AAA.com/breakup.
Joe Lazara is a name I use a lot here because we use him for advice on the show when people get accused of a crime. He's a criminal defense attorney. And right now, I know most of you, you're not facing a crime or a DUI, but you may in the future, or you may have a friend or a neighbor. It's something that happened. Joe Lazara,
COVID booster.
He's a tenacious defender of right. If you made a stupid mistake, falsely accused, or you did the deed, call Joe. Keep the name handy. Refer people, 303-429-6200.
BullseyeEventGroup.com's VIP tailgate presented by Isle Lady Luck Blackhawk and Caesars Rewards. Open premium bar for 3 hours before Broncos home games. All you can eat food for 3 hours by network chef Aaron May. And get the VIP tailgate tickets now at BullseyeEventGroup.com. The Broncos VIP tailgate and KOA's game day home has indoor and outdoor live seating for a VIP tailgate experience located at the stadium at the Mile High Monument with all ages welcome. Go to BullseyeEventGroup.com. That's BullseyeEventGroup.com. Get your tickets today. Mornings at 6. The Situation with Michael Brown.
Well, get this. President Biden brags about Black Friday sales, even as retail foot traffic lags pre-pandemic levels by a full 28%. Let's talk about that on Thursday.
Come on, just
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino on 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. This hour brought to you by Premier Window Cleaning and Pressure Washing. These guys, I love these guys. They get out of high school and they open up this company, 2 of them, and now there's more. Of course, they do window cleaning, pressure washing. They do holiday light installations and removal. They do residential and commercial. That's Premier Window Cleaning Services and Pressure Washing to young men. I believe Daphne found these guys, and they're just such cool guys. She had them do some work, and she said, Tom, you're not going to believe what kind of work they do. And they came over to our house and did our windows. Oh, my God, what a deal. So you're going to have hardworking people, and you're going to have great results whether you want your windows done inside and out, holiday light installation, residential window cleaning, residential pressure washing, or commercial, that's Premier Window Cleaning Denver.org. Premier Window Cleaning Denver.org. 303-564-5574. 303-564-5574. Premier. Look them up. Now, Bob Logan's with us from Plumb Line Services. We've been talking about plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. And we've had several questions about various things going on. But the bottom line is this. Supply chains are a problem in all walks of life. Use this reprieve in the weather. Not to sit back and say, oh, thank goodness, because as soon as the cold comes, the calls start coming, and then they're crowded. I mean, now you can get someone to your home right away. And this is important. But every year we go through this. When there's a lull, and then when there's a rush, there's a rush. And if people could just go anti-cyclical or opposite of the crowd, they would do better when it comes to deals, when it comes to anything like that. Do you have any specials for people today, Bob, since it is slow? I mean, when I say slow, okay, it's not like guys are sitting around doing nothing. But let's face it, it's 70 degrees out. So what can you offer people?
So I want to put a caveat in here, Tom, because I feel like a politician talking out of both sides of my mouth. It is hard to get equipment right now. But what we did, because we have the resources, is we stocked up on a bunch of furnaces and air conditioners to stay ahead of that game, both Carrier and Lennox.
Okay.
And so normally I would not run this because we are having trouble getting equipment.
Right. No, I understand.
But I need space in my shop. I mean, I got furnaces and air conditioners.
And also the crews are not all that busy compared to a freeze.
Right.
So what are you going to do?
So what I will do until we clear some of this out to make room in our warehouse is I will give half off a furnace with the purchase of an air conditioner. And that's, again, I normally wouldn't run a special right now because we don't normally need to, and then also with the supply chain issues. So I want to encourage people, again, whether you do this today or next week, or if you even think that you need to use something, because of the supply chain issues and inflation and everything else, our prices are going up quicker than they ever have in the 22 years we've been in business. And so a lot of people say, well, I can't afford it right now. We got great financing. We got 12 months same as cash. We got low interest rates. And even if you don't normally like to put stuff on credit, because I hate to do that, even if you spent, say, 10% on interest, you're going to save money rather than waiting 6 months or a year, because the increases are going to offset that, I guarantee you.
No matter what.
No matter what. So do something today. Take advantage of the warm weather, like Tom said. I will put that special out there, half off a furnace with the purchase of an air conditioner, and there's no obligation to get somebody out there, get the estimate. At least you'll know what to expect, and you can make a decision from there.
Okay, so Plumb Line, 303-586-1086, 303-586-1086. Let's talk to Mitch about his car. Mitch, what's happening, man? What's going on? And we have lines open at 303-713-TALK. Listen, this is what this show's all about. Whether we can help you or not, it helps no matter what to get the word out. Now, I heard Deputy Doc in the other room, right, talking to that woman who has that drain problem. Let me tell you something. That's unacceptable. This woman's been living in this place for months with water backing up, and the landlord's not doing anything. Now, that's unacceptable. Okay? Now, Mitch, what's going on with your engine?
Tom,
yes,
my
sir.
daughter had taken her car in to get an oil change Monday evening. She took the car to work yesterday, drove it to work,
and where'd she get the oil change?
She got the oil change at a Big O Tire in Broomfield.
Got it.
And on her way back home, she drives more or less by our house as she's going back to her own house. And she got really close. Luckily, it was close enough to our house. And she called and said, my car's acting up. And I was like, well, just drive right here to the house. And she's a half a mile away from when she called me. Got there, I could tell that there's engine oil all over the place.
Uh-oh. What happened?
Yeah. Don't know. I don't know for sure. I took it back, or I called the Big O yesterday evening and let them know she didn't drive it any farther. They towed it back up to their store. I thought that would be the best thing. Let them tow it back up to their store.
What happened then?
Just wondering is just in case, because
yeah, I understand.
the dips.
So what happened? What did it end up being, man? What happened?
Well, right now we don't know for sure. From looking, the oil filter was not seated properly, or the O-ring that goes on there when a new one goes on. Just from looking, because there was a gap in between, that's where the oil was spewing out.
That's what you saw?
That's what I saw.
Did you take a picture of it? Did you take a pic of it?
I took all kinds of pictures of it.
Okay.
I was just wondering on what step do I go with my daughter's car.
How many miles on? Let's talk about the car. How many miles on the car? What kind of car?
The 2017
okay.
Grand Cherokee.
Okay, so that's a nice car. How many miles? 60?
60,000. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Whoa. I hope they didn't do any real damage, because that's not a lot of miles. And so,
no.
Tell me, did the engine still run, or did it sound like it was seizing, or what?
Right as she was pulling in, I was walking out as she was pulling up. We stayed on the phone right as she was pulling up and everything else. It lost power. It never seized, never locked up. But she just lost power completely. And then,
well, when you say lost power, that's concerning. What do you mean?
Well, it wouldn't stepping on it. It wasn't like it was seasoned, Tom. And since I wasn't the one driving it, and I didn't want to restart it again by any stretch of the imagination.
What did they? Okay, I'm not so sure it would be wise to take it to Big O. I wouldn't want them to cover up anything. I mean, I'd want it to be independently looked at. In fact, I would still want it to be independently looked at, and I would have Norris over at SOS Inspections go up to where it is and get an oil sample. Did they already change the oil? What did they do?
I am actually outside the Big O, Tom. When I called you, I followed the tow truck driver up here to it just so I could speak with the manager here in.
I would try to get SOS Inspections, but you're up in Broomfield, right?
Yes, sir.
They go up there, but it's Norris over at SOS Inspections, and it's usedcarcheckout.com. They could easily do a check on that engine to see if it's showing signs of internal damage. I mean, most likely, if it did not seize, if the light was the oil light on?
Yeah, oil light came on like the last block, low oil, and her check engine light was flashing and beeping and beeping and beeping.
Do you know how long she was driving with that condition?
She drove, and I don't know the exact addresses. No, she was only driving about a block when the low oil light came on and the check engine light.
Well, anyway, what do they say they're going to do right now?
Right now, they're going to check to see what their diagnosis was on what the problem was, why it was leaking oil.
Okay.
The way that it was.
And then?
And then they were going to call me and let me know.
Okay, I would get my set of eyes on there, and here's the bottom line. You have to know if damage was done to the engine, okay? We don't know. We just don't know.
Yeah, don't know, and that's the reason why I called you.
Now, if damage was done to the engine, that engine is still pretty good. And if damage was done, they're going to owe you something to fix it. I mean, but I'm hoping damage wasn't done. I mean, cars are pretty resilient unless they're really dry for a while and driven hard. But if they spun a bearing, I mean, the way is to monitor this. So you get them to possibly give you a bit of a warranty on this. But it's hard to say right now. And you have the coyotes guarding the hen house right now.
And Mike just called in and said, do not let them touch it.
Mike who?
Just a caller. He didn't want to come on, but he said, pay the tow truck drivers another $100 and get it out of there.
No, I wouldn't have them do it. No, I wouldn't. But it's kind of late. You got it there. And what did it cost you to get it towed there? Or did they do it on their dime?
They did it on their dime, Tom.
Okay, well, get somebody out there to look at it. Call Norris, SOS Inspections right now. Get someone to inspect it for you. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. One Clear Choice Garage Doors is a place to call if you're having any garage door issues at all. I've called them with every home I've owned. They've put in at least 5 or 6 doors for me, or openers and doors, by the way. They can do either. They can do any part of the door, any part of the opener, or they can do the whole system. All you have to do is look them up online. All of their prices are fully disclosed. When it comes to garage doors, you won't do better than One Clear Choice Garage Doors. The website, OneClearChoiceDoors.com. OneClearChoiceDoors.com. 24/7 service for emergencies and, of course, regular services, including an $80 inspection, which is second to none. They go through the entire system. If you're moving into a home, I'd have that garage door inspected or two, and it's just $80. 720-370-3987. 720-370-3987.
Maybe you have a loved one who forgets.
Woman's screwed though. If truly her drains are that bad, that's fucked up.
Well, I left a message with the building. I finally found out who manages the apartment. So I left a message with them to call me. We'll see what happens.
Experiencing difficulties like these, or other memory issues or mood changes,
That's pretty
talk
bad.
to a doctor and
She's at the end of the line.
You can also learn
She's where
more
it comes
about
up
PCI
at.
and its most common cause at itstimeweknow.com by Biogen
And she's unemployed, so she says she can't move.
Ideal Home Loans for your next ideal
Home Loan, and I don't take that lightly when I say that. I've known Brent Ivinson, the president of Ideal, since the inception of the company, and I know they're dedicated to helping you get the best loan possible. What does that mean? I mean, isn't a loan a loan a loan? Well, in essence, it is, but the services makes the difference. For example, interest rate guarantees. That's a big deal. So if you get a loan and rates go down, they refinance you free of charge. That's a 2-year guarantee every time you close. Then, of course, they have credit optimization where they tweak your credit. Now, people say, what do you mean by that? Well, what I mean is you're approved, right? But let's say they can correct something, like have you pay down a balance by $100, or maybe an address in your past. Things like that can improve your credit drastically, and they do that legally, ethically, and quickly to get you the best pricing. They also have pre-approvals, which are like cash deals because you're approved, ready to go. IdealHomeLoans.com, 303-867-7000. GenesisSolarCO.com. You've heard me say that. This is a good company, Genesis Total Exteriors, which took on solar, which means you can trust them. Finally, a company we can trust in solar. They have a manufacturer that guarantees components 25 years. In fact, they even guarantee the production output, which means if by the year, okay, for 25 years, if you don't produce what they say you will, you get a check for the difference. That's GenesisSolarCO.com. It takes just 20 minutes to see if you're a good candidate for solar, and they don't even have to come to your lot. Just call them for an evaluation. 303-474-4317. 303-474-4317. GenesisSolarCO.com.
Are you paying too much for Medicare? Do you wish it included more coverage? Well, Bright Healthcare Medicare Advantage
Grandpa, fall off the wall.
and a free Silver Sneakers Health Club membership. Benefits vary by plan, but Bright Healthcare's Colorado members can also receive $900 a year in Part B rebates. Sound good? Call 888-541-0099. Don't miss your chance to talk to the experts, have your questions answered, and get all the Medicare benefits you want.
So I got a temporary patent on that thing I told you about, the Ralphie.
Yeah.
And I'm getting a prototype made from a 3D printer, $3,000 to get it done because of the size, and they want it to be the flexibility. But yeah, it's exciting.
How do they print that thing? How do they print that thing?
Layer by layer.
Yeah.
No, but I mean the way it's shaped, it's got to be a big printer.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, they've done houses.
Yeah.
They can do houses.
Now.
Yeah.
No, I know that.
Once you have the enclosure, the size of what you want, the principle is always the same. In other words, if you want to do this, You only need a small container if you want to
Well,
do.
no, I know.
So that's
But
the only.
hers is weird in that it's a softer material.
And they're using, and that was one of the reasons the price is much higher, because usually you can get things, but they want the integrity of it, so you can feel it. It's not going to be the exact, but.
Because I thought the original was supposed to be silicon.
It's I think I might even do a silicone. What am I thinking of? What's the stuff that's on a pan? That
Teflon.
Teflon. Teflon silicone blend, because Teflon actually has higher antibacterial properties, and they've taken a lot of the bad juju out of it. So
What is it? What's your thing?
it's called the Ralphie, and it's basically an upside down top hat where it's open, and it covers the toilet. So when somebody's sick, you don't see what was left behind.
Oh
it's the worst part, and so it just plops in there. So.
But also, it's clean for a person.
Clean, and it's antibacterial. You can put it in a washing machine, dishwasher. You can boil it. If somebody has cancer, pregnant women, children, sell it at liquor stores next to colleges.
Next up, Shark Tank.
Yeah, no, the guy I'm working with said I don't need to go to Shark Tank. He said this is going to sell itself. So I'm looking for investors. Tom,
I got 2 nickels. Take them both.
I got $2.
There you go. Shark Tank will take a bunch of the profits, but it gets it out there. But that would be much further down the road.
I don't know. It might be cool for Shark Tank. It really would be.
It would, because sometimes people go on Shark Tank and then they say, no, I'm not going to do it.
No, they just go on there on
and
purpose.
they do it so everybody finds out about it.
Even if it doesn't get
real,
sounds like a Lori Grenier product.
A what?
Lori Grenier product. Isn't she the QVC lady?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Tom, you and I go on Shark Tank together. Come on. You got the voice.
Oh, you would do great on this.
You actually would.
I would have fun.
They don't like smooth.
Smooth toppers.
They want.
And I've got the hair now.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Welcome to the show. Here to help you solve problems, answer questions, and take complaints. So let's talk and find out what we can do for you, okay? Now, Key, I know you've been there. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on one sec. Key, there you go. You've been there for a while, so let's talk. What's going on, Key?
Well, I'm part of the Boy Scouts of America settlement. I don't know what more I can say.
Okay, well, when you say, hold on, there were several lawsuits, so I'm trying to get a handle on the Boy Scouts of America settlement. Are you talking about the one for where they abused boys?
Yes, sir.
Is that right?
Yes, it is right.
Okay, were you part of the class?
Yes, I am.
Okay, now, okay, and how did you find out about the class?
Well, I've been seeing it over the news for a number of, months, and
okay.
I never really wanted to come forward.
No, I understand. Did you actually sign up for the class?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Now, were you abused by the Scouts?
Yes, I was.
Okay. And you were part of this class. Did you have to do any kind of proof or any kind of registration?
No, and that's what's so alarming to me. I tried yesterday to call them and say, hey, look, I have personal questions I want to ask pertaining to, my mental health and just this overall. Because every time you send me information, it just re-traumatizes the event. So I tried to contact them all day yesterday, only to get rerouted to their...
Here's the problem. Okay, the settlement was $1.9 billion.
Correct.
Okay, and the insurance, Hartford Insurance, paid $787 million. I'm reading this, and
correct.
the thing is, it's being paid out to a class. Here's the God, this is terrible. I don't know how to put this, but when it comes to class actions, number one, the attorneys make the money. Okay? Now, I'm not saying that as a bad thing, because the real purpose, in my opinion, of class action is not to recover money for victims. The real purpose of a class action is to punish the wrongdoers. And trust me, paying $1.9 billion is punishing the hell out of them. Okay? That's punishing them. However, what happens to the victims? Well, not a lot. You don't get a lot. Now, some get...
$1.
Huh?
They said the claim amount is $1.
They said you'll get $1?
Yeah, it says your claim amount, and the voting has nothing to do with it. It says $1.
Did you actually get a settlement sheet on that?
Yeah, I got settlement sheets Monday morning.
It actually was sent to you?
Yeah, through email.
Can we see it? We'd like you to forward that to us. Now, we have someone who does class action lawsuits. They didn't handle this one, but we do have people that, and they explained to us that attorneys' fees are approved by the courts, and then the attorneys' fees come out first, and then the administration fees, then the attorney's fees, then it goes to the victims, and usually there are hundreds and hundreds of victims.
Yeah, 82,000 to be exact.
So if you do the math, it's never about the victims, unfortunately. It says here that they're going to get, that some of them get as much as $9,000. It says here, a claim of touching unclothed, for example, would entitle someone to about twice as much as touching with clothed. A Washington survivor who was molested unclothed could collect $9,000. Someone else would collect $4,500. I don't get the $1 part of this. What are you talking about when you say $1?
It says the claim amount for this, for what I'm signing right now. It just said the claim amount was just $1. And it's so much mumble jumble here that, you can really never discern.
Well, we need to see that. Hey, hold on. Daff, could you instruct him to get that to us? We need to look at that settlement and have our attorneys look at it. So $1.9 billion against the Boy Scouts, okay? And that happened just last month. Now, the thing is, though, Boy Scouts are going bankrupt as a result of it. So the thing is, how much do the victims get? That's the point. More than 300 former scouts, listen to this, with sex abuse claims against the Boy Scouts of America are getting a chance to vote on a bankruptcy reorganization plan that would settle 82,000 claims for $1.8 billion. Now, if you take the $1.8 billion and you subtract attorney's fees, then you divide it by 82,000, that's really what's left over. It says, if evenly divided, the current settlement trust would amount to $22,000 per claimant. So I don't understand his claim that he's only going to get $1. That's the part I don't understand. Not one article is talking about $1. The minimum I've seen is $4,500, all the way up to $22,000, $23,000 per incident. So get us that information. And if anyone else knows about it, let us know. Coming up, we're going to talk about a health club issue. We're going to talk about testosterone therapy and an electrician that broke a TV. All of that coming up. I'm Tom Martino.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Michael Brown in the morning and Dan Kaplis in the afternoon. 630 KHOW, Denver.
Now, impact traffic. This report is sponsored by Westera Credit Union.
Overall, your I-25 drive is looking pretty good with no accidents or major trouble spots. Have a little bit of slow traffic now, working your way onto I-25 coming off of the I-270 stretch there with some heavy traffic, but I'm not hearing of an accident in that spot. Now, I-70 looking good, up to full speed between Golden and Aurora. No issues on 225 or C470. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. Today, expect a high of 72, and then tonight's low 38. For tomorrow, mostly sunny skies with a high reaching 70. Currently, it is 70. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin, 630 KHOW.
Westera Credit Union, selected as one of the 5 best in-state unions in Colorado by Forbes 2 years in a row. More info at westeracu.com. That's westeracu.com.
CoreScans.com, CoreScans. That website might be the one that saves your loved one's life. I am urging people to do gift cards this holiday season to get your loved one a scan that takes 15 minutes. It's non-invasive. It's pain-free. You can keep your clothes on. It's a scan of your carotid artery, an ultrasound scan with a handheld device. And it's the most accurate, low-cost diagnostic method available for diagnosing heart disease and risk of stroke. It detects soft plaque. Not useless calcium scores. We're talking about soft plaque, which can be an immediate danger. And the really good news is that they have a network of doctors that can do something about it. Don't take your health for granted. Listen, if these last few years have told us anything, it's that it's really important to be healthy. Every 36 seconds, someone dies of cardiovascular-related disease. Every 36 seconds. CoreScans.com. Just $150 for this gift card. You can print it out and put it in a card, or you can have it emailed to someone you love. Or get it for yourself. CoreScans. CoreScans.com. 720-740-2663. For more information or to schedule, 720-740-2663. Or just go on and get a gift certificate and they can schedule their own. CoreScans.com.
Hi, Dan Cicchini, Done Right Kitchens and Baths. Oh boy.
Have you ever had one of those scans? I just had it done a couple weeks ago.
You did?
Yeah. And it came back really clean.
Good.
Because,
did you do the soft plaque one?
Yeah. Yeah, it was Boone Heart Institute.
Good. Okay. Yes. He's a great guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you going to him?
I'm not. I hosted a meeting with some CEOs.
He is such a good guy. I go to him.
Do you?
Yeah.
You know, and I was gonna.
He's a good guy.
I was actually gonna, because I don't have a primary care, but I got great insurance.
He can act as a primary.
Yeah, that's what he said, but he didn't take any insurance.
No, you gotta submit it, and he's very expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you on his concierge program?
No, I'm on Grossman's, but I go to Boone as a follow-up for different things.
He has like a concierge program where you pay so much a month.
Yeah. Do you know how much it is a month?
It ranges from like $300 to $700 depending on what all you want done. Because they got a holistic side too, so if you utilize that, then it's more expensive.
Just a good guy. Just a good guy.
But I'm on a private doctor plan. My family out of pocket is only $5,000 a year. So I have a hard time swallowing and spending another $7,000 or $8,000 on top of that. But the problem is I can't find a decent doctor.
across America. We are
Grossman Wellness is really
cases. If you would like our
it's a
help,
little
you may
less
call at
expensive
303
by this concierge service.
5551 or hit dancapitalislaw.com. That's dancapitalislaw.com.
Grossman, and are they in Skybridge?
No, he's right across from that Cherry Creek Athletic Club. He's at 501 South Cherry.
Okay.
It's easy parking, easy office. Well, Boone has easy access too. You know, it's amazing how little you hear about that guy that mowed down that Christmas parade.
Well, because the victims were all white.
And he was a Black Lives Matter
Right.
advocate, right? But if he was a
If it
Trump
was
supporter,
reversed, it would be all over the news.
Well, he didn't actually kill him. The car killed him.
You're right.
There's a,
Good point.
it's a car's fault. Car
So they'll probably sue the car manufacturer, like they wanted to sue the gun manufacturers.
so
I get so tired of the lack of logic in this country. Logic is completely gone out the window.
Well, because like Tom said, everything is so politicized. We see everything through the lens of politics.
Right.
Or race.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I want to explore why the lines have been full Tuesday, Wednesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Why they've been full?
Every
Well, good.
minute of every hour of every day.
Good. Should be happy about that.
No, it used to be like that for 40 years.
Right.
But I'm talking about there was a recent lull, and now
We're back.
it actually started Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah, Monday was a little bit slow.
Yeah, but yesterday and I'm exploring that because I'm wondering if there's an unwelcoming kind of feeling. Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter.
303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Let's keep going here. Bob Logan is with Plumb Line Services. We talk about plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. Someone wanted to know, Bob, if they don't, if they replace a furnace, do they have to replace the AC unit on top?
You do not. They're independent systems in a sense.
They have to be matched, though, right?
Well, they need to be sized properly.
Okay.
So,
but they don't have to have the same brand?
You can have two different brands.
Okay.
Now, again, the brands communicate with each other. So the newer systems, the thermostat, the indoor unit, the outdoor unit, everything is communicating. And so it is best to have a matching system so that everything's talking together. But you don't have to have that in most cases.
Plumb Line Services in the house. If you have any questions, people have been texting me. By the way, to text the show, just put Tom in the message, and then 57739 is the number, 57739. Or you can email us, or you can call, too. Lawrence, not Lawrence, I'm sorry, Travis, you have a question on testosterone therapy? What's going on? Lawrence? Or I'm sorry, Travis. It's
Travis is line 3.
Joseph. It's my fault. Joseph, hold on. I am so screwed up here. Now, Travis, then Joseph and Lawrence, I'll get you, I promise. Go ahead, Travis. Sorry. What's happening, man? I know I have Travis up here now. Go ahead, Travis. All right.
He was just there.
I know he is. Travis! Maybe he needs more testosterone. Travis? Hello? Yes, Mayor. What's happening, man?
Hey, I have a quick question about
sir.
testosterone. I know you've talked about replacement and how
I've had every kind of testosterone replacement therapy there is, and I'm serious. I've had creams, I've had shots, I've had pellets, and I can tell you about any one of them. Go ahead.
Well, my question is not about how the delivery, but as if it actually will help you or not. So,
of course,
my testosterone was checked, and it was in the double digits. I think it was like 70, which is pretty low.
Yeah.
I'm just worried about hair loss and enlarged prostate. Can you tell me if there's any?
Yeah. Well, Travis, I can't, give you medical stuff, but I can tell you this from my research. I really do a lot of research into this. I really do, and I have a lot of doctors at my disposal and a lot of researchers. And I will tell you this, okay? No matter what, hormone replacement is, in my opinion, an absolute necessity. People who say, oh, I don't believe in hormone replacement, well, they're stupid, because think about this. When you run out of food, you replace food. If you run out of nutrients, you replace nutrients. The hormones are the nutrients of the metabolism. And as we grow older, our abilities to produce these hormones become less. So when someone says you have normal testosterone for your age, that is not necessarily a good thing. Now, what you don't want to do with anything is have too much of it. Of course you don't. So when you talk about testosterone therapy, you don't want to have too much testosterone. Then you worry about hair loss or hair growth, or breasts if it turns into estrogen, or all kinds of weird stuff. But the right amount of testosterone is exactly what you want, and it actually shields you against cardiovascular disease and cancers. The right amount. The problem we have in America is either we do nothing or we do too much. I don't know what this mentality is, but you need the right amount, okay? And the right amount is right around anywhere from 850 to 1150, okay? 850 to 1150 in there with the right amount of estrogen, about 20%. Here's what I mean by that. You want to control estrogen along with testosterone. Many men convert testosterone into estrogen too fast. So even though they do testosterone therapy, their female hormones rage, and they start getting breasts, and they start getting irritable and all that. And what you really need to do is balance those. For some people, it's automatic. You take testosterone, and it automatically converts just the right amount. But for those where it does not convert properly, you need to take a drug that helps to slow down the conversion to estrogen. And a good doctor, and the only good doctor that will do this, I don't go to T clinics, I go to wellness clinics where they monitor your blood and then they do everything scientifically. It's not just, here, take this, rah, rah, rah. What I do is I have done testosterone and then follow-up blood work, and then they adjust. I have to take something called anastrozole, which combines with the testosterone to keep too much of it from converting to estrogen. Once you have the proper amount of estrogen and testosterone, you leave it alone. Your body won't change. You just, and every now and then you do your blood test to make sure of that. And you're not going to have problems. The problems you're talking about, Travis, are people who simply take it, okay? Then you get irritability. You get too much of it. You know, just like anything in life, you want to have the right amount. Now, one thing I want to say is I used to do the pellets. Now, I am not talking against pellets. Pellets are good, okay? They go into your butt, the buttocks, and they slowly dissolve over 4 to 6 months. And that's a good thing, because what happens is you know, cardiovascularly, if you work a lot, you'll get more. If you are more sedentary, you'll get less. But it still has its peak, and then it has its dwindling off. Now, I personally went away from them, and I went away from them not because of the levels, but I did not I truly got tired of getting stuck in the butt with these pellets. I mean, there's only a certain number of places you can put them, and when you start doing them every 5 to 6 months, it really does start to get pretty lumpy, and I don't like it. I mean, I just wanted, so I went back to shots, and what I do is do shots twice a week, and I do a little amount twice a week as opposed to once a week. Now, it's not ideal, but hell, it keeps them pretty level. You get a little spike on the day you do it, so you try not to do too much of it. Even better would be 3 times a week, but I just don't do that. I do twice a week. I do Sundays and Wednesdays, and I do the amount my doctor prescribed, and then he monitored it, and he said, cut back. So now I'm cutting back, and he put the anastrozole in with it. So it's an automatic control system. It's just something you have to monitor. That's why I don't like these T clinics, because all they do is ramp you up. They don't really give you what you need. They just give the same thing to everyone.
Okay, can I ask you a quick question, Tom?
Sure.
Couple. So do you, in your research, when you do it properly, you haven't seen anything about prostate cancer, hair loss, nothing like that?
No, just the opposite. No, just the opposite. You're not going to have those problems when you don't over exceed the recommended amount. And cancer does not come from hormones. I mean, but hormones, what you're thinking of is hormones can feed a cancer. But that's not hormones feeding the cancer. That's your body feeding the cancer, and a healthier body feeds it healthier. I mean, what's really weird is the healthier you are, and the more stuff you have going on, actually, the faster a cancer can grow. I know this sounds weird. It's a twin-edged sword when you're very healthy with a vibrant metabolism, because it also feeds cancer. But you have to take away the tools of cancer, like glycogen and sugar and all those negative things. The testosterone in and of itself won't feed the cancer. But if you have too much of it, it doesn't protect you from it. The right amount protects you from it. So it's the lack of protection you're talking about, because you're overdoing your body with it. Hold on a sec. We can come back if you have any specific questions. But listen, I'm a real thing about health here.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored.
You'd be surprised how many people believe that. Oh, this thing is done. How many people believe that it's going to hurt you? You know, the correct amount, or the testosterone is going to hurt you. It's not going to hurt you.
The YouTubers are interested in what to do about the soft black. Once you find out you got it. Sorry. No problem.
Mostly sunny on Thursday with a high of 70. Then our temps drop on Friday. Sunshine, but a high of 60 degrees. Right now it's 68 with your impact traffic and weather. I'm Dustin Ritchie, 630 KHOW.
Westera Credit Union, selected as one of the 5 best in-state credit unions in Colorado by Forbes 2 years in a row. More info at westeracu.com. That's westeracu.com.
Blake Harris Law is our estate planning expert. I urge you to call Blake with any of your questions on estate planning, whether it be a prenup, a postnup, whether it be a beneficiary's deed. Maybe you want just a way to pass on a car. You know, there are ways to do individual items without going to probate. Or there are asset protection trusts. There are trusts that can protect you while you're alive from lawsuits from creditors, and then protect your heirs for the rest of their lives. That's BlakeHarrisLaw.com. Ask your questions, no charge, and then he charges only flat rates for what he does for you. 833-ASK-BLAKE. 833-ASK-BLAKE. You know, yesterday I was feeling a little under the weather. I had Rocky Mountain IV Medics come in to the studio. I have them come in regularly. In fact, they're going to come in tomorrow for a visit, I think. You know, these guys are great. Rocky Mountain IV Medics.com. Medical professionals like EMTs, paramedics, nurses, to your home, to your office. They even go to truck stops and meet truckers, because they administer IV therapy, and it doesn't cost you any more than going to an IV clinic. So why would you ever go anywhere when you can have them come to you? You can call or text. It's like an Uber or Lyft thing. They pick it up and tell you when they'll be there. You can get same-hour appointments. Yeah,
RockyMountainIVMedics.com, 720-987-2155, 720-987-2155.
Have you still not refinanced your mortgage? Well, soon you... Even if you've refinanced in the last year, we can still probably save you money. All it takes is a 5-minute phone call to find out how you can save up to thousands of dollars a year. This amazing 2.5 rate and APR won't last long, and our new fast-track loan process can get it done in record time. So call today, 844-425-3669. That's 844-425-3669. 844-425-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind. Call us at 844-425-3669. NMLS 3304. Not all loans apply. Equal housing lender. Rates up. I like to live with pain, and I know what it's like to get relief. At 67, I'm living my best life. I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino. You can too with ColoradoPainCare.com. The latest evidence-based treatments, nerve blocks, steroids, spinal cord spins, massage, physical therapy, and more, all with proven results. Get your life back. 303.com. Local doctors accepting all major insurance.
Also want to know about whether or not skinny people can have it. Is it a weight-driven thing or a soft flat?
Okay. No, that's a good point.
For more info.
No, that's a good point. It's a good point.
If skinny people can get it, absolutely. Is that what they asked?
It has no regard to weight whatsoever.
I get it, but
except many times. Well, I'll talk about it. I don't want to repeat it.
Poor diet might contribute to build up, which would, have a correlation.
We have deals everywhere. Take advantage of up to 36 months.
I have a very unique biology that was discovered with Boone. It's unique to Europeans of the Italian descent in a certain area of Italy, to a point where they actually use this Italian blood to do research.
Really?
But I have some plaque that calcifies quickly, but my arteries do a very strange thing. For the amount of plaque that hardens, it eats it quickly. It expands the blood vessels so the blood flow remains the same.
Really?
It's a very odd phenomenon. It's very. He's saying he was showing me. Did he take you on the map through your body? Did you go through all that shit with him?
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing the imagery they did with you. Okay, I had all that done. And he says your arteries are responding in a remarkable way. It's not, you still don't want that shit,
right.
But and I'm taking steps not to have it. But the good news is, it would have been way worse had I not reacted.
And now a Lenovo IdeaPad 5i with Intel.
So what part of is your family from Italy, mainland or Sicily?
Mainland.
Okay. Because my paternal side is from Sicily, not mainland.
I used to take my dad from Sicily. They always used to talk about it, but he really wasn't. I mean, I don't know why they said, because he was right down there, kind of near the booth, but.
I was just in northern Italy last month, in Tuscany and.
So that must be nice.
Livorno and.
What are you doing traveling on my time? What are you doing?
I'll tell you what, these are all reschedules from last year. So I was in Marco Island for a week.
How's Marco now? Is it still concrete jungle or what?
I enjoy it. I like it.
I like Sanibel better.
I've never been to Sanibel.
Oh, it's way better.
I'll have to try it.
But it's yeah. Does Marco have a lot of hotels, right?
Yeah, not a ton, but yeah.
Sanibel's way prettier and more natural.
Okay. Yeah, I went from Marco Island to Cabo for a week to Mediterranean.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303.
713 Talk. By the way, Claims Pro, it's a public adjuster that works for insurance companies. No, they work for you. See, public adjusters work for you. Regular adjusters work for, and they call themselves independent adjusters. Be careful. They work for insurance companies. The only adjusters that work for you are public adjusters. You can hire them if you have an insurance claim, and they're not going to interfere with your normal settlement, but they will take a portion of extra money they get for you, and they look out for your good. Okay? They almost always make up for their fee. Claims Pro is one of them. Claims Pro. Publicadjuster.pro. Publicadjuster.pro. Talk to Peter in the Denver office. 833-252-4600. 833-252-4600. That's Claims Pro. For any kind of insurance claim, please don't ever leave it to your insurance adjuster to treat you fairly, because they won't. I hate to say that, but it's a true story. Welcome to the show. Let's go to the phones, okay? And I need to know who's been waiting. Oh, there we go. Lawrence. Tell me what happened, Lawrence. Tell me what happened to this this TV.
All right, my wife works for a family. They bought the TV like beginning of October. They called the electrician out. He came out on the 19th or so, and he was just coming to put some wires, tuck wires away so they were hidden or whatever, make some panels. And it was like a guy and a lady that came, and they ended up dropping the TV.
What?
The TV's broke.
Hold on a second, man. Hold on. No. We got to take this. Now, obviously, if they bought it in October and he dropped it, they need to buy him a new one. Plus, I'm going to check with Deputy Doc on that poor woman who couldn't get drains in her house.
Are you thinking about Medicare insurance?
I left a message with the management company. I'm waiting for them to get back. I have to go. I have a dentist appointment. I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
As
Okay,
usual.
thanks, man. Have a great Christmas.
You too. We'll see if we can get that going in January.
And New Year. Yes.
So is it for? It's not for cardiac testing, or yeah. Ultimately, it is for management.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It's I think they do heart scans as well, but just the carotid artery is the leading indicator of all that. And I mean that scan, he gave me like a 4-page report and all sorts of stuff.
Well, it makes sense. They're in the big fat vein right here, and everything is passing through it.
Right. It's an indicator of stroke as well.
ABC News, I'm Will Reed. As expected, the first confirmed case of Omicron
He was
variant
talking
has
about
been
minor,
detected in the United States.
minor strokes that people have.
Returned to California
People
from
have
South Africa on
Microsoft
November
50 of them and have no idea.
had no idea, right?
And I think sometimes I think I've had 50 of them.
on the supply chain.
Yeah, but the last time I was in the hospital for whatever I was in there for, what was I in there for? Oh, I was in there for pneumonia. They didn't realize that it was pneumonia. They didn't know why.
Okay.
They finally got me in. Finally, I'm in there for like 2 days, just barely breathing, and they keep doing these ultrasounds and scans and stuff, and they can't see what the problem is. One morning, I got up. I think it was the second day. I got up, and they allowed me to go take a hot shower. And the steam opened me up. Okay. And when it opened me up, I'm like, oh, y'all got to be able to find this now. So I came out the shower, dang near naked, screaming and hollering. I'm breathing, no. What the heck happened? No. So they went back and had someone else do the ultrasound. And what they found was right around my aorta, where all this stuff goes together, right there into my lungs, there was fluid right there. Okay. And they weren't seeing it the way that they were looking at it.
Got it.
Yeah. So they
The Indian capital of New Delhi has reported its worst air pollution in 6 years. New data revealed residents did not experience
This is pre-COVID then?
This was a couple years ago. Okay. And I'm sitting at home, and then just all of a sudden, I went.
And Diwali celebrations. But officials say this year's longer than usual monsoon season
I find myself
also
just,
had an impact.
this is the way I was getting there. This is the way I was getting there. I called my girlfriend at the time, not my wife yet, but I called her and I said, I need to go to the hospital. She came over and she was about to take me to the hospital. We passed by the fire station. I said, no, stop. Take me there. And we pulled up in front and she knocked on the door and they came out. And, eventually they threw me in the back of the ambulance with oxygen in my face and drove me into emergency.
Wow. That's scary.
Oh, it was. I had never been that close to not being able to breathe unless I was underwater.
Right.
Also possible because Staples Connect.
Yeah, thankfully they figured it out. With your help.
Well, heck yeah. I mean, they were coming in. I kept telling the doctor, you know how they do the rounds, they come in. So one night the doctor comes in, he's checking me out. I said, Doc, I hear and feel this popping sound. And what it was the inside of my lungs sticking together and coming apart. You know, it was. I mean, I was just that shower opened me up and knew where to look. I knew how to look. Donuts and flowers for days.
Have you always lived in Colorado?
No, I'm originally from California.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm originally from Tijuana to Canada on the West Coast.
Okay.
But born in LA.
What brought you out here?
AT&T brought me out here in 1989. I was working on a project in LA, and they were trying to. This was during their huge downsizing. They had 21 offices nationwide. They wanted to get down to 7. I was famous for making my own job easy. So I had made my job very, very easy in the Los Angeles Grand Complex by grabbing some spare equipment, putting it together in a way that allowed me to talk to all 144 AT&T switches. Okay? They weren't doing that. Okay? No one in the company had thought about what I was doing. So I had tied all 144 switches together. Illicitly, to a certain extent, I was calling the CEOs directly and asking the guys to build me admin ports. Okay? And they would build me the admin port if I could give them a project to associate. Okay. So I was finding projects to give them, you know, and I took all these ports and I jammed them all into this box, a controller box. And then we had this other thing called the data kit. They're phasing them out now, but we happen to control the data kit. So I'm making dial strings in the data kit to go to all these 144 switches. This was what, 84, 85, 86, when they had that East Coast failure in the phone system where it was cascading back, coming from the East Coast back west. This is what was happening to their switch. And we were on a conference call and they were trying to figure out what was going on. And I'm logging into these different switches, okay, telling them which ones had the syncs working and which not. Tell me, how do you know that? How do you know that? How do you? I said, because I'm logged in. And they were telling me, no, you're not logged in. You can't be logged in. I said, well, ask the guy at the switch, okay, to do an LS and tell you who's logged in. I'm logged into that switch. Okay, they said, how many of those? They said, can you do that elsewhere? I said, I can get 144 switches. 2 years, well, not even 2 years later, but 2 years later, I'm out here. But later on that week, later on that month, they sent a guy out from Bell Labs, literally sat down next to me to see what the heck I was doing. They took the project to Texas and tried to recreate it. They recreated it, but only worked on one switch, the one that they were asking. So they moved it to Denver thinking they were going to get it to fly here, okay? And it wouldn't talk to any switches, not even the one that they were asking to. So one of the guys on the team called up and said, you know, you need to get back here.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 8255. Don't forget to do your insurance checkup at least every 2 to 3 years to make sure you're not paying too much for insurance, or you can get better coverage at lower prices. You get a free, complimentary, objective, totally objective insurance tune-up at 303-996-9000. It's true. They'll look at all of your coverages and give you an honest-to-God opinion. 303-996-9000. We have full lines we'll get right to. We have Plumb Line Services with us as well. If you have any questions on plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, or drains. Lauren said this, an electrician dropped the TV. I mean, it comes right down to that. Now, this new TV was new in October, and here's what I don't understand. Why did they call an electrician to the home? They had a new TV. Was the TV hooked up?
It was just put on the wall, just like plugged up with the wires hanging. I guess they just wanted to get them to put the panels in where they kind of hide the wires, where it's kind of going into the wall. So
I see. Okay, they wanted to make like a hookup there up on top on the wall where it was hanging. All right, so the electrician dropped the TV.
Yes, sir.
Did it break it?
My wife described it as like if you drop your phone and the screen is kind of really messed up and you can't see it.
Well, listen, man, it's just so obvious. Did they replace it?
They bought the TV. The electrician refuses to give them their insurance info, and
wait a minute.
Started refusing to pay for it.
The electrician drops the TV and then flat out refuses to buy another one.
Originally, he said he was going to help buy another one, but now he's kind of saying he's not.
This is ridiculous. What's the name of the electrician?
His name is Scott.
Well, what I mean is, what's the name of the company?
The name of the company is Electric Blue.
Where did they find Electric Blue?
Now, I think they did. I told, before I tell you that, I told my wife I only use Martino's list, but she found them. Actually, the father of the family found them, so he's 80-plus years old, but he found them.
Okay, it's called Electric Blue. Where are they out of, Electric Blue?
The address I'm looking at says they're in Littleton.
Electric Blue.
40.
All right. And I just find it hard to believe that they broke the TV and flat out refused to do anything. Did they say it's not our fault? What did they say?
Originally, I guess they put the TV back on the wall, and they weren't even going to say anything. They gave them an invoice for about $900, and then they said, "Well, let's turn on the TV." So when they turned on the TV, then they figured out what was kind of going on. And
I understand, but Lawrence, this is what I need to know. If I call Electric Blue right now at 303-790-8813, if I call them up and I say, we just got a complaint that you guys dropped a TV and refused to fix it, will they simply deny that they dropped it? In other words, the screen does not look cracked, right?
Only when you turn it on.
Okay. So it's not damaged physically that you can see, only when you turn it on. So are they denying that they dropped it? Maybe that's what it is. Are they simply flat out denying it?
As far as I know, they acknowledged that they dropped it, and he said he was going to pay for it, but now he said he's not going to pay what they want.
This is just ridiculous. I mean, this is flat out ridiculous. I don't even know why we're having this conversation. We should just call Electric Blue and say, why are you refusing to pay for a television you dropped? I'm dying to hear what they say, Dap. They're at 303-790-8813. I'm dying to hear it. I mean, when did they drop this TV? When was it?
This was on October the 19th was the appointment.
October. Why are you calling now?
Well, I was going to call you earlier, but I told my wife that I was going to kind of wait a little bit just to see what the resolution was before I
And how are you connected to this broken TV?
My wife works for the family that...
Okay. What does she do? Home health?
She does home health. She's like their person. She does a lot of stuff for them. But yes, sir.
You're very nice of you people to get involved. Very nice, Bob.
This is why you hire people like Plumb Line Services.
Oh no,
we're not
I know.
perfect. We make mistakes.
He even said it. You guys wouldn't have even hit the van before you had arrangements to get them a new TV.
Without a doubt.
I mean, come on.
Had a new TV that evening.
That evening. So hold on, man. Hold on. Daff, let's call these clowns. Electric Blue, where we come and screw you. 303-713-TALK. Joseph, what's going on, man? I can't believe some of these people getting screwed around like they're getting screwed around. What's going on, Joseph?
Hey, Tom.
Yeah.
Tom.
Yeah.
I appreciate your service. I've been listening to the show for 20 years.
Well, thank you, man. What's happening?
Okay, first of all, I want to compliment Frank Doran, the real estate man. He sold the house for a friend of mine in 3 days, overpriced.
Good. He's great at what he does. He's great at what he does.
He does. Okay, then I want to, complain about Vasa. Vasa, the health club on County Line.
What is it called?
Vasa. V-A-S-A.
Okay. Vasa Health Club on County Line?
Right.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay. The reason I'm calling, Tom, is because a friend of mine, basically my partner, used to belong there. He doesn't speak English. I'm talking about his behavior, about them,
Okay, so what's the problem
there?
there?
What happened to him?
What's the problem?
The problem is he was a member there for quite a while, maybe a year or so.
Okay.
And what happened was the service manager, what you call him, assistant general manager, she was a service manager or assistant general manager at another club.
Okay.
And she had a problem with them, but she didn't like him because of religion or age or something. I don't know what it was. So she caused a problem.
What kind of problem did she cause?
She said, he's gay anyway. She said that he bothered a woman in the hot tub. And that's
wait. So she's accusing this gay guy of bothering a woman in the hot tub?
Right.
Goodness.
So, yeah, exactly. So what happened was a friend of mine also signed for training, but he had to have surgery. And he told the training guy that in charge, I believe his name is Dallin. He told them that he can, my friend told him that he cannot do the training because of the surgery. So they took it off, and now they charge on his credit card training $185 every month.
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
did they Joseph, did they kick him out of Vasa Health Club?
Yes, sir.
They kicked him out.
He didn't do anything. He had a problem with the page. I'm sorry. He had a problem with the assistant general manager.
I get it. The assistant,
okay.
I understand. The assistant general manager doesn't like him. She said, hey, you were bugging this woman in the hot tub. He's saying, that's ridiculous. I'm gay. I'm not going to hurt this woman. Anyway, was it sexual harassment he was supposedly doing? Or what was he?
I don't know. He said,
because
he didn't say sexual.
What's that?
He didn't say sexual. He said harassment.
Well,
harassment in the hot tub.
Okay, so did she?
And he's 77 years old, my friend.
Oh, my goodness.
77 years old.
Okay, Joseph.
And another problem. Go ahead.
Here's what I want to know. They kicked out this 77-year-old man.
Right.
They said you can't come here anymore.
Right.
But they're still charging him?
They charge, he's 77, so he's on silver sneakers.
Oh.
But you get it for free. Okay. So
what are they charging him for?
They charging him for training. He never took it because of a surgery, and they said they're going to cancel it, but every month he gets on his credit card $185 for training.
Okay.
On his bill.
Now,
when he complained, Well, I complained for him because his sister complained for him because, he cannot pay. They canceled membership. They shouldn't have charged him.
Of course they shouldn't. Of course they shouldn't. So listen, what I want to know is where is he? Hold on. They should not charge him. Well, I agree with you. Where does he work out now?
He doesn't work out. He just walk outside or
What about you?
Like this.
Where do you work out? Where do you work out?
I jog with them, I kind of walk out with them a little bit because he's a good friend.
Now, does this guy live with you?
No.
Okay, he's just a friend. And
I'm not gay. He's gay.
Oh, I don't care about that. I just want to know. But
no, I'm saying.
But you know that this guy, this friend of yours, know that he did not bug. He told you what happened, and he said, "I never touched that woman."
He never touched. He never talked. He had surgery. He couldn't go to the hot tub. He didn't go to the hot tub for 1 month.
Why are they giving him a hard time?
They kicked him out. They basically canceled because the service manager didn't like him because she had a problem with him in a different club.
What kind of problem did she have with him at a different club?
I don't know. I don't know. She was bugging him, and she was saying, I think it's a religion thing, or accent thing, out of town. I don't know exactly, but he didn't have any problem. He's been going to another club since they opened. Talking about maybe 25 years. He never had a problem till she got there to another club. And when she got to another club, he had a problem with her there. I don't know what. He didn't bother her. He didn't talk to her.
How old is she?
She's about 25, maybe.
Did he try talking to the manager?
Yeah. His sister talked to the manager, and they won't refund the money, and they won't let him go back. And that's all bogus. It's all a lie.
Wait a minute.
Wait.
What do you mean they won't refund the money? You mean the money they charged him for personal training?
Yes, sir.
They won't refund it.
He never took a personal training one time because he had surgery.
Oh, no. We got to help this guy. Hold on. Is Deputy Smarty Pants listening? Dav, we should give this to Deputy Smarty Pants to haunt them. This place, Vasa Health Club?
Yeah, on the county line.
Yeah, I see it. Vasa Fitness?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I see it. I just don't understand.
This is really discrimination against people.
It is.
It's non-excusable in this country.
Do you think they're doing it? Hold on.
Russia.
Do you think they're doing it because he's gay or because he's
old? Maybe one of each. I don't know what the problem is, but he came from Russia, and the Nazis prosecuted his family.
All right, hold on, man. I feel bad for this guy. This guy's been prosecuted. This guy's been in trouble before. In didn't he say in Europe?
No.
Didn't he just say that, or in Russia?
I think he said that he was at the assistant manager was at a different.
No. But he's saying that this guy grew up with discrimination.
From Russia.
So hold on. Let's assign this to one of our deputies to look at.
Fairway Auto Service invites you to experience honest auto repair and service. Trust the technicians that'll provide you with exceptional customer satisfaction. They offer the best auto service repair and quality for your car. For more info, go to fairwayautoservice.com.
Hey, if you're looking to get help after a fire or a flood, or mold, or a crime, or unattended death, it's called restoration. Please beware. Most companies in the restoration business will rip you off. In fact, I was at a restaurant the other night. The owner said to me, "Tom, I should have listened to you. When you told me I was going to be ripped off, I didn't totally believe you. And I got ripped off, and I'm still being ripped off. And I said, you should have called American Restoration. American Restoration is the company I trust for restoration. The one that I recommend for restoration. The one I recommend for fire, flood, mold, unattended death, meth labs, asbestos. They have all of the certifications, including EPA certifications. They have years of experience. They can remove and remediate mold and toxic substances and flood waters within hours. They have more than 20 years experience. They can even help you in the rebuilding. Proudly veteran-owned, 8337-AMREST, 8337-AMREST, online at amrest247.com. Don't get ripped off. Use American Restoration. If you're looking to sell your house, you can do it the conventional way, or if you don't want to pay commissions, you don't want to do any repairs, you don't want any inspections, you don't want any loan approvals, you just want to get out of Dodge, then why don't you just call Homevestors? You know, they're buying up homes left and right around the Denver metro area, so they must be doing something right. Now, I'm not saying they're going to compete with the highest market value, but what I'm going to say is this. You'll never know unless you call. There's no downside to calling. They'll give you a bid. If you like it, you get a check. If you want to sell your house now and get rid of it and get out of town and no contingencies, cash buyer, call them. 800-44-BUYER. 800-44-BUYER. And for those of you staying in your home where you want to get a reverse loan, try ApprovalReverse.com. I've known Joan Sullivan for many, many years. 303-771-3528. 303-771-3528. That's ApprovalReverse.com. Reverse loans are such that you can take advantage of the equity in your home, live off it, and never be upside down ever, and never lose your home if you just pay your taxes and insurance. And almost always the house appreciates faster than the loan accrues. Find out more at ApprovalReverse.com, 303-771-3528.
When you're north of 65, in a lot of ways life gets easier. Menus have whole sections dedicated to you, and people start offering you their seat.
By enrolling in a Medicare health plan through Kaiser Permanente, that easy streak keeps on going. Our high-quality health plans make it easy to access your health needs, often under one roof. So take advantage of all those senior benefits, so long as they benefit your health. Visit kp.org to learn more. Kaiser Permanente.
Yes, we do, sir.
Stop drinking so much.
Whoa, Alec Baldwin is saying that he didn't pull the trigger.
What?
Well, that's what AG just said.
And who did?
That's what they've got some more investigation going on to find out where the shots actually came from.
Now, why? But in the beginning, I thought he was like lamenting that he had done it. Maybe not.
I don't know, man. It's like maybe he had the gun, maybe he popped off a blank in it, but there was something else going on. Who knows? I don't know right now. I'm totally confused. AG says he came out and said that today, that he didn't pull the trigger.
It's a good way to stay on top of my health.
Yes, I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you screened for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. It's more treatable when caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and it's used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stage.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients
Boy,
50
Boy
and older.
Scouts of
Any
America
positive
are
results
fucked.
are followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement.
We're talking about a lot of money.
Patients.
Yeah.
Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease, and certain hereditary syndromes, or personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0.
Day I was joining our
or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you.
there were several people trying to join. And
This report is sponsored by
believe it wasn't politically correct or right, but there was a gay guy trying to join our group. And Scout Master would not go for it.
American Financing's digital Troubleshooter complete the entire mortgage process online anytime, anywhere, and your mortgage pre-qualification number is available instantly.
Later on in life, so the gay guy turned out to be pretty famous. Not globally famous, but he was in a couple of movies. A couple of those black PlayStation movies.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. If you're looking to get a fountain at your faucet and never buy bottled water again, you can get it done for under $1,000 from waterpros.net. A triple filter, reverse osmosis, drinking fountain, and you'll never buy bottled water again. It's low maintenance, no power needed. It's run by the water. Waterpros.net. Look them up on referrallist.com, waterpros.net. Let's talk to you about your problems, questions, complaints. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So the special from Plumb Line Services today, basically, you buy a furnace and get the deal on the AC, or the other way around?
The other way around. If you buy the air conditioner, I'll give you half off on the furnace.
Okay, half off on the furnace. Call for details, Plumb Line Services. You buy an AC, and it's better to match them anyway if they're both getting old. Here's the thing. No matter what, if they come out and look at it, they'll advise you on what you need. And you don't have to get both, but if you want to, you get that AC, you get the furnace for half, 303-586-1086. And if you don't need the furnace for some reason, then they make you a deal.
Yeah, and Tom, you save quite a bit of money on the installation costs when you do both because, for example, if you just do an air conditioner, it's going to take almost as much time.
Because you got to remove everything.
Exactly, that's right. So that's another reason it's good to get them both done at the same time.
Okay. What's the latest innovation right now in HVAC? Is there anything we don't know about? I mean, do they have Wi-Fi? Well, they have Wi-Fi thermostats for sure.
Yeah, you have Wi-Fi. You can control everything from your phone or your iPad.
So you can warm it up or cool it down.
Yep. When you're traveling, if you forgot to turn the heat down or the air conditioner off when you're traveling.
What about smart valves for water? Do you do those?
Smart valves?
Like to turn off water if it detects a leak.
Yes, we do those. So you have several different styles. I mean, you got just a notification, just like a smoke detector. But yes, we have water shutoffs, and some of the insurance companies are now requiring those, especially like Chubb Insurance or some of the.
So in other words, if you're out of town, if you're out and it senses water flowing, it turns off your main water.
Correct. Yeah, so it minimizes the damage.
That's incredible.
It is. It's a great technology. It's pretty.
Do you know what I find very disappointing?
What's that?
In plumbing. No, I'm serious. With all the sophistication we have in the world, with all the smartphones, the smart furnaces, smart thermostats, the on-demand water heaters, the wonderful smart bulbs. We have smart bulbs. We have smart everything. We have stupid flapper valves.
I agree.
I swear to God, it is the weak spot in a home. It's a weak spot in a home.
You're 100%.
I happened to open a toilet at my house the other day. I said, for the hell of it, I want to see this. I couldn't see the flapper valve. It was caked with, it looked like a Nemo underwater adventure with all the minerals and crap on it.
Sounds to me like you need a water treatment system.
I took it out. I took it out and got a new flapper valve and got the wrong one. I couldn't get it the damn right one to flap perfectly. I'm telling you, it's such a flaw. Do they make flapless? Do they make any system? I'm serious now. Is there another? You would think in all of our technology there would be a better way to open and close that frickin' valve. A flapper valve, for those listening, when you flush the toilet and that handle goes down or that button goes down, it pulls up a flapper valve, which is a rubber flap that pulls up and floats momentarily while the water empties out of the tank. As the water empties out of the tank, the flapper valve then sits back over the hole and the tank fills up. And I'm telling you, they almost always leak.
They almost always leak. It's
what a pain in the ass.
I agree with you.
No, seriously, I'm serious, Bob. Do they have any advances in that
Well,
technology?
they do. I mean, if you want to,
Like
if you want
what?
to spend $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 on a toilet, but
Really? Do they have like don't some commercial toilets have where it just flushes water? I mean, there's no like opening, closing of a valve.
well, those are pressure assist toilets.
Yeah,
right.
No,
but-
those are too expensive.
right.
God, they're just terrible. Jenny, welcome to the show, Jenny. What's going on with your Nissan Pathfinder?
Hi.
Hi, Jenny.
So I purchased a Nissan Pathfinder from Echo Park last October and used what they tout as their auto finance company, which is Ally Auto Finance.
And this was a used one, a 2017?
Yes, a used one.
Okay.
And so fast forward to this September, and I started having some problems with Ally Auto Finance. I had a payment I had to take care of, as do some people I ran into.
What kind of a problem did you have with the finance company? Like what was the problem?
So I made a payment and was told I was going to get paperwork to sign that would help put the rest of my payment to the back of my loan so that I could continue making payments.
Well, what does that mean, though? Were you having problems making the payment to begin with, or did you skip a payment, or what?
Yeah, so I missed a payment because I, like many, many others, fell through some hardship.
I get it.
My job
Okay.
This summer, and I started a new job in September.
Got it.
Working for Starbucks.
Okay.
And so I went to make my payment like I was told to do, and I was told I would receive paperwork and then the end of October to make my payment like normal. The 21st of October, because I can't answer my phone when I'm at work, I received a phone call from the finance company asking me to call them. So I tried to call them when I got off work, and they would not. The woman that I spoke to would not let me talk to the supervisor who asked me to call, and I got told out of nowhere that my car was going to be taken.
Uh-oh.
No notice, no
All right,
reason.
so hold on. Which payment was this that was missed? October?
No, my August payment, and so I was working with them in September.
Okay, hold on. So you missed your payment in August. Did you make the September payment?
So I did. I made a payment in September like I was told to, and I was told I would receive paperwork in October that I didn't. And then the 21st of October, when I spoke with this woman, her name was Tamika.
Did you make a payment September 1st or September 20th?
I made the payment on the 25th of September.
Okay, so then a new one came around.
Which was supposed to come around for me to pay in October.
Right. So what happened when the payment, what happened to the October payment?
So I was supposed to receive paperwork to sign, and instead of being able to make my October payment or receive paperwork, they took my car on the on the 22nd of October after not letting me talk to a supervisor, and I got yelled at by a supervisor on the 21st that she was still at work because of me. That
so
everybody else had already left.
October 22nd, your car was repossessed.
Yes, sometime between 9 p.m.
All right,
at
so
night on the 21st.
now where does it stand right now?
So I have been through supervisor after supervisor being told supervisors would call me back. I've been doing this for a month.
What are you trying to do right now? You're going to have to pay those repo fees.
Right. I have over $2,000 I'm supposed to pay that I can't pay right now. I have 5 kids between my fiance and I. He just opened a gym at Parker,
my God, 5 kids. So your car right now is still is it still with them?
Supposedly they put a hold on it, yes, and they were doing an investigation, and now they won't call me back at all.
And the name of the finance company that repossessed it is who?
Ally Auto Finance.
Now, when you say, how you're spelling that, A-L-L-Y?
Yes, A-L-L-Y.
Financing. Okay. See, let me explain a few things, because I want to help you, but I need to explain a few things. Okay, so hang on, okay? And I think I want to explain where there's a disconnect.
This
God, I feel bad for young people like this. It's so sad. Yeah. I'm thinking of establishing a dummy slush fund just for dummies. For the sakes, one time, you get a one-time help, one-time pass, that's it. And just have people donate to it. I'm really serious about it. And just judiciously pick them, not like lazy deadbeats, but hard-working kids or people who are really
just don't know better.
Would it help them, I think, give them a second chance? Just a slush fund, that's it.
Fox 31, pinpoint weather, partly cloudy right now, but nice and warm. Highs in the 70s today, lows in the mid-30s.
That's a hard one.
Yeah, you don't know if you're enabling them or...
Yeah, I know.
Exactly, that's a hard one right here.
Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
The Denver Museum of Nature and Science
Just like the guy that was trying to get the car from, what's his name?
and discover how they've adapted to survive by slowing down. Visit dmns.org.
For more info, please take the time right now to buy a gift that can save a life. Or do it for yourself. Just $150. An ultrasound scan of your carotid artery. It's called an ICMT scan, or we call it core scans. CORSCANS. Corescans.com. You can get it done in Denver or Boulder. It will detect soft plaque. Bob Logan here from Plumb, he had it done. And it's such a quick procedure. It's less than 15 minutes. And it gives you peace of mind. But here's what I want to tell you, because some people from YouTube were listening, and they're asking this question. Tom, what do you do if you find out you have soft plaque and you're in danger of heart attack or risk of stroke? You can immediately cut down that danger with special new drugs. Mini, like almost, what are these little injectors you carry around when you have an allergic attack? They're little tiny pin pricks. But anyway, they have a kind of cartridge like EpiPens. Well, they have these little EpiPens now that can immediately go to work on that soft plaque to stabilize it and to reverse it. They also have other drugs available. It is reversible. Please call and print this out as a gift, okay? Put it in a card, or you can email it to a loved one. Corescans.com is where you buy it. Just $150. Corescans.com. Please, this could end heart disease and stroke because it'll let you know. It'll let you know your risk. 720-740-2663. This is the only low-cost, accurate method for detecting a soft plaque. 720-740-2663, corescans.com. And for those of you that don't do it, call Blake Harris to plan your estate. In fact, everyone should call Blake Harris. BlakeHarrisLaw.com. I don't mean to be morbid. First of all, don't go before your time, okay? But at least call him and get an estate plan. Get a will or a trust. Or a combination. Maybe a special needs trust if you have someone with special needs, or an asset protection trust if you have some assets you want to protect. BlakeHarrisLaw.com. You know, Blake Harris will answer all of your questions free of charge, and then he only charges flat rates for what he does for you. BlakeHarrisLaw.com, 833-ASK-BLAKE.
If you love trivia, if you love the hugely popular...
You want to hear a crazy story? So there's this big hail about 3 years ago. I call my insurance company. They tell me there's not enough damage. So about a month goes by, I see one of my neighbors getting a new roof. That's when I decided to call Matt with Paragon Services. Matt's a public adjuster, and he fights for the consumer. He got me $70,000. If you have any issues with your home or commercial policies, call Matt. 719-726-0020. 719-726-0020.
This holiday season, give your family the gift of good health. How you guys doing? Rod Smith, 2-time Super Bowl champion, 3-time Pro Bowler, Ring of Famer with the Denver Broncos. You got dumbbells, you got fitness equipment, you got treadmills, you got bikes, we got it in stock right now. My original fitness equipment came from a big box store.
The Boy Scouts.
Look great, but just wasn't functional. So you know what happened? Didn't get used. The great thing about getting new stuff put in my home is it made me want to use the gym more, and it's got to be the best. And true and tough stuff are the best you can buy. There's nothing more important than your health, so get the equipment that you'll use every single day. You never regret buying phones.
We have deals everywhere. Take advantage of up to 36 months, 0% financing. All of our products have incredible warranties. We do delivery, we do installation, we service the product. If you ever have a problem, we come and fix it. It's commercial grade equipment made for your home.
I want to give did that guy give us information on that health club? Did he leave his number so we can have someone call there or not? Did he, the old guy? Good, good, good.
My job to keep all of our people busy right through the holidays into the new year. So, can we entice you to call now, order now, and install later? This is time to think. Okay, here's what we'll do. We'll make you a business offer. If you call now and take a look, and then decide to go ahead with your full kitchen or bath project, or reduce the retail price by a full 15%. But you have to understand, we'll only be doing this for a short time. That's right, Tom. That means the folks will get a beautiful look in their kitchen and bath at a time that works for them, and we'll keep all our people busy right through the so-called smoke hole. Perfect. Kitchens, baths, counters, and floors, and even replace with windows and doors. You have our word. We'll treat you right. We've done right. 303-722-2295, 800-362-8370, or drhi.com.
It's time for a Big 12 road trip. Hi, this is Voice Master Johnson. Tonight, the 6-1 Buffaloes battle 6-1 UCLA and Westwood. Coverage begins at 7, tip-off at 7:30 on KOA, 850 AM, 94.1 FM, and iHeartRadio.
This is Michael Lewis, General Manager at Maximum Auto Search. We need inventory. I'll give you more for your car than CarMax, Carvana, or anyone else. Get the most at Maximum. MaximumAutosearch.com. That's MaximumAutosearch.com.
The roller coaster stock markets make you nervous? With such frequent ups and downs, don't let market volatility derail your retirement. Hi, I'm Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, Saturday on 6 to KO. If you're concerned about the markets, call today to schedule a complimentary review of your portfolio. Call 720-488-8604. That's 720-488-8604. Or online, yourmoneyyourretirement.com.
This is Dave Logan. The law offices of Dan Campus, a serious law firm for serious cases.
It's the Dan Kaplan Show. Afternoons 4 to 6. This is a D-Day Dobbs v. Jackson's Women's Health, a case before the U.S. Supreme Court that could overturn Roe v. Wade. I'll be listening to the oral arguments. I'll report to you at 4. Is the court finally ready to fix the big and deadly mistake? Join me at 4.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. Hey, Jenny, I want to dispel some what could be, I don't know if it's a myth or a problem when we help people, and that is they might believe they're in one position when they're really in another. So let me just get right to that part. The fact that you have a 2017 Nissan Pathfinder and you had a finance with Alley Financing and you missed a payment in August, you kept talking about not getting a phone call or not talking to someone, and I just need you to know something. No matter what was going on in your mind or what you thought they were going to do for you, on paper, you're the one in the wrong. You understand what I'm saying? By not making that payment,
right.
Okay. So in other words, even though in your head you're saying, wait a minute, I just wanted to talk to somebody. They were going to make arrangements. I was ready to do it. They didn't do it. That's not going to matter. And the reason I need to tell you that is we need to just get past it, because no matter what, it's not going to work. You missed a payment in August, and then you made a payment in September, but that payment in September was really August. So when you didn't make October, boom, you've missed 2 payments in a row,
Right,
or actually 3.
they wouldn't let me make my payment in October because
That's right.
they wouldn't let me talk to a supervisor, and it got taken to an
hold
executive.
on. No. Here's what that you keep saying this. They wouldn't let you talk to a supervisor. They would have let you make your payment if you made all of them. What they won't let you do is that you can't miss a payment in August and then make a September payment. That September payment now goes to August, and now you are late for September. So now, when October comes along, that now is you are behind. You never catch up unless you make all the payments. So when you say they wouldn't let you make the payment, yes, you're right. They won't accept a payment unless you bring it up to date. Because once you're in default, unless you bring it up to date, they won't accept partial payment. And at that point, it would have been a partial payment because you were still making up for the original missed payment. You were still one payment behind each time. So the problem is that we can help you, but only help you negotiate a settlement where you pay and get your car back. They're not going to buy your argument that they were at fault. I'm just trying to give you a realistic view of what's going on. And if you don't accept it and pay something for the repossession, these people are simply going to sell your car. That's
right,
just...
and
Go ahead.
I understand that, and I tried last month to make my payment in October and got told I couldn't because it was taken to an executive level, so they wouldn't take my payment. And the executive guy told me he had 29 days to do an investigation, and he.
But Jenny, when you said you wanted to make your payment in October, okay, listen. Now remember, you would have had to make two payments. Were you prepared to make two payments?
I had one payment.
Okay, that's why they wouldn't take it. That's what I'm trying to get across to you. I'm trying to. I can't jump in and help if we're fighting again. In other words, you're on a wrong premise. You keep saying they wouldn't talk to me, so you use that as an excuse on why you didn't make your payment because they wouldn't take it. They wouldn't take partial payment. They would have taken full payment. I guarantee you they would have taken it, and they will take it now. How much do they want right now to get your car back?
$2,086.64, and that doesn't count the payment for this past month that I couldn't make, so I don't know if they've added
hold
that
on.
payment.
So you didn't make November's payment either. Now you're behind November, right?
Right, because I can't make a payment. They won't let me.
I understand. Okay, let's say they would. Do you have 3 payments right now? You keep saying they won't let you. I'm going to let you make the payment. I will guarantee to get the payment. Do you have 3 payments right now?
Do not.
Okay, that's the point I'm making. I'm not trying. Listen, Jenny, I'm not trying to, to hurt you or to pile it on. What I'm saying to you is when we call these people, what do we tell them? She doesn't have the money, or do we say, okay, here are the 3 payments. Could you please let the penalties, waive the penalties, or something like that? I'm trying to get you out of this. And you keep going back to they wouldn't let me, they wouldn't let me, they wouldn't let me. You did not have the payments. And guess what? Now December's payment is going to be due. So where is this money that is piling up? That's the point, Jenny. Do you have, for example, did you have November's payment ready to make?
I did have November's payment ready to make.
Or was it the one you missed in October? Was it truly
I had October's payment, and then I had November's payment, but I'm in a hardship battle and getting to work. I don't have a way to get to work.
No, I get you. Jenny,
listen,
I believe every word you're saying. You don't sound to me like you're trying to pull a fast one. I get it. That's why I'm trying to figure out how we can help you. I mean, really, I'm trying to help you. But you made the initial mistake of missing a payment. Hold on. Just hold on.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by your local Ford store.
Nice and easy driving throughout town today. Only one real issue up north, just north of I-270, I-25 northbound. A stalled vehicle has the right lane blocked. We're seeing congestion on both the I-270 and I-76 on-ramps to I-25. Otherwise, I-25 north and southbound running intended speeds throughout the greater Denver area. I-70 drivers east and westbound are flowing free to and from DIA. Down south, I-225 north and southbound, no complaints. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, partly cloudy right now, but nice and warm. Highs in the 70s today, lows in the mid-30s tonight. Tomorrow, highs again in the 70s. The current temperature is 73 degrees. With your impact traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Being holiday ready with Ford means you get great deals on America's best-selling brand of cars, versatile all-wheel drive SUVs, or build Ford tough trucks. The season is here, along with the best deals of the year. Build Ford proud, price to sell, and only at your local Ford store.
Integra Insurance can buy health insurance for you on your behalf, and I recommend you do it. Don't ever try to do the health insurance game without help. Integra Insurance, our insurance experts, the one that you should use to help you get through the maze of health insurance. Whether it be a Social Security thing, you know, the Medicare supplements, or just independent health insurance on or off the exchange, you need the help of Integra Insurance. Health insurance made simple and smart. 303-466-5500. 303-466-5500. IntegraInsurance.com. Sheridan Auto Tech, I love talking about because they have everything you want in an auto repair facility. If you think about it, what's the very first thing you want? Well, obviously, you want honesty, and they have honesty. Uncle Kevin and his team are honest. They have experience, knowledge, convenience, value, longevity in business more than 20 years. They do regular maintenance and repairs and electrical issues as well. 2 locations on Colfax and Lakewood, just west of Wadsworth. On Havana in Aurora, just south of 6th Avenue. Call them for details, 303-455-7242, 455-7242, online at SheridanAutotech.com. Ideal Home Loans for your next ideal home loan is a chant I make because I know they will get you your next ideal home loan. If you refinance right now, you pull cash out or just lower your payment during a time when you need some extra cash. In fact, you don't even have to make a payment till maybe February or later in 2022. So call Ideal Home Loans and get started on the process. They have the interest rate guarantee, so when you close and rates go down, they will refinance you free of charge. IdealHomeLoans.com, home of the pre-qualification and pre-approval, which is like a cash deal. Not just qualified, but approved. They fund the loan, basically, and they wait for you to find the house. Like a cash deal. IdealHomeLoans.com. First they listen, then they lend. 303-867-7000.
Hey, Colorado friends. Are your missing or failing teeth holding you back from the foods you love? At Clear Choice, we understand. Your teeth are an important part of how you look and feel, and it's easier to enjoy all of the great food and fun Colorado is famous for when you're at your best. It's time to get a free consultation at Colorado's Clear Choice. Our doctors are leaders in restoring oral health and function. Dental implants offer a permanent solution so you can appreciate all of life's pleasures, including our delicious local food. Led by Dr. Jovic and Dr. Mackert, Colorado's Clear Choice teams provide options for lasting tooth replacement. Take control of your health and gain the freedom to live the life you want. Go to clearchoice.com and schedule your free consultation. Today's the day to get back out there and experience Colorado's amazing food worry-free. Visit clearchoice.com.
Fairway Collision Center is a family-owned auto body shop that gives you quality work.
Hey, I'm going to get her back. I want to get her information. I'm going to talk to her now, but I want to get her back here tomorrow. I want to see if we can help her. Maybe I'll have somebody call that finance company and try to negotiate something. She has 4 kids. God
His fiance that's just starting a gym. Is that what he's doing?
I am so disheartened by these health clubs. I don't want to put on a mask and work out. I can't breathe when I work out. And I don't know what to do about it. I've been putting it off. I mean, I just can't do it. I'm going back to working out. I took off some time because I was so sick for a while. Oh man, I didn't have COVID. May as well. I was on my ass. I got checked twice, but negative and negative.
So last time I was in here, I think it was the day after you got your booster and you felt like crap. Was that?
No, then that went away. Then I got better. But I'm talking about, I was so out of it, I couldn't come to work. I missed all of Thanksgiving. I didn't do anything. I was sick from Tuesday to the weekend.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I started feeling halfway human on Monday.
We missed you.
I'm telling you, it was terrible. It was terrible. And I thought for sure. Then I figured, well, what the hell is the difference when you have COVID or you're just sick like a dog? What's the difference? You're so sick. There's so much shit going around. But this thing, I've never seen a virus take a toll. Not a toll, but like fear, like it does with this. It's way different than anything ever in the past, ever.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino. Listen, I'm going to get you back on here, Jenny. We're going to try to contact this lender tomorrow and work something out, okay? So you're just going to have to hang on. Get her on tomorrow. Bob Logan, PlumbLineServices.com. Don't forget, people, for their special. PlumbLineServices.com. We love these people. They're dependable and honest, and you can trust them.
Follow Tom Martino at Real Tom Martino.